just get by in life before we die. I only live a single time, no chances to revive. Days are slip away sometimes when pressure holds too tight. Make up my mind and override the fight. I've been patient, waiting for an answer, contemplating. Didn't get me any closer to the reason why I feel the need to do it
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the stream, boys. We got ourselves more duels. I don't know if we'll even be able to get people together. Remix has taken over my life, and I'm wondering if Johnny is in the same boat, and I'm wondering if everybody else is literally in the same boat playing Remix, or if it's just me, dude. I have been loving it. It's been so ridiculously fun. I'm actually having such a good time with it. I didn't think, I knew I was going to enjoy it. I knew I was going to enjoy the nostalgia of Legion, but I didn't know I was going to enjoy it this much. It's actually crazy. What's up, Nasmirshka? How you doing, my guy? Yo, is Johnny putting up a group together? Or do we have dudes in LFG, or do I got to do that? I've done plus 320s. I'm up in the top 100, 200. I need to do 20s, man. I need to get my keys out of the way. So far, after I went to my chiropractor, all that good stuff, right? My morning commute, all that, still, working on my leg and all those things. I came back and I just did Mythic Nightmare, Normal Nightmare, Heroic Nightmare. Is it worth doing anything less than Mythic at this point? I feel like I should just do Mythic Nightmare, Mythic TOV, and maybe just do Mythic Plus instead. I'm putting groups together. A bit later was a remix. All good, all good. You been enjoying it, my guy? You been playing? Because I've been loving it, and I've been sucked into remix for so long. I feel like, you know what? How they having a ball, collect toys. Did I collect a toy? Polly Roger from Plunderstorm? What? Why am I getting this now on EU? the hell's going on? Anyway, music. Lights, camera, action. What the hell is that? That was weird. Chat, that was weird. Molten core? Yeah, why am I having a hard time finding molten core in this character? Alright, 5V5 1V1 Duels. We got a group, boys. If y'all want to join in, more than welcome to. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people on the RP realms are on remix as well. It's been such a good time, man. I've been having such an awesome time with remix. I've been enjoying it a lot, man. Lots. Always do it 3, all 3. The time commitment isn't even that much. No, it really isn't. It really is not that high, big time commitment. But basically do all 3 difficulties. Not a LaFar, right? Not a LaFar, right? I was gonna say, they're not a LaFar, right? Alrighty, boys. We gotta get the homies back in action. I don't remember who is who anymore. Hey, Lemon, wanna join? Lemon, wanna join 5V5 Duels? Yeah, I'm just gonna start asking around, man. Hey, Cloak, wanna join? Join 5V5s? Wanna 5V5 Duels? Yeah, dude, that's great English, Dal. You're doing such a good job. Hey, man, Duels? I got a group started. I'll need a Rick or somebody in here. And I'm assuming that some of the people that'll be whispering are probably gonna be Johnny also whispering too, right? Hey, hey man, Duels? I got a group started. And try to see if we can get these guys in here. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun, dude. I am like, I'm just so Legion brain. That's all I'm doing is just grinding. But you're saying do all of them? Okay, that's still a lot. Rick's playing a AWC, I believe. Is it live right now, or is it live like? Are they doing like the whole like stream and everything, tournament, all that, or is it like pre-tournament stuff? All apart from LFR. Okay, yeah, LFR seems like it'll be too much. I'll try later, Dale. Happy to give you some friends. Okay. Sounds good, friend. Does Nip join these? I'll ask. What am I doing? I just lost him. Damn it. There we go. He's an Emerald Nightmare. I'm gonna let him do his Emerald Nightmare raid. I'm gonna let him do his run, dude. Hey, Remaru, wanna join Duels? I got a couple of whispers back. Kenpachi, yo, plus, get in here. A good luck in AWC, friend. I'm gonna let him know. I think it's him, or maybe not him. I don't even know, honestly. I'm thinking maybe. I'm assuming. Hey, Riptides. Wanna join? Damn it. Even get this guy into 5V5 Duels for the night. Hey, Duels? See if we can get Sleep Bear in here too. I think we haven't had him join in a while. Solix, Tasty, he's playing PvE or PvP, but we haven't actually had Tasty join us in a while, man. Been a second. Teppo, I also don't remember. He said PvE and do on his thing. Could also see if Zakari wants to join in too. Doing Legion remix. Sounds good. Yeah. Low 41. Very hard. Haha. Okay. Sounds good, Romaru. You enjoy it, friend. Alrighty. Yeah, we're gonna try to see if we get some 5V5s, dude. I assumed that this week was gonna be a hard week to get any duels done. Maybe we'll have to enjoy some whatever duels we can today. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow. I guess I'm checking. I guess at home. That sounds kinda nice right about now. Stuffed and breaded. Oh, stuffed and breaded. Jesus, that sounds so good. Actually, that actually sounds so good. Stuffed and breaded chicken nuggets. Sounds like homemade. Pretty much like homemade. Not bad. Yo, sorry, said semi-AFK. All good, man. Well, good. What's up, Andrew? Say to my guy. Questing at 80 gives so much gear. It does, yeah. Questing, it does give a lot of gear. Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to get gear. I'm also trying to get a lot of that infinite power. I've gotten like a couple of knowledge breakpoints. I think I just hit the 750,000 mark. So I'm, you know, I need to wait until you hit that milli, and then it's like what, 1.25 mil, and then 1.5, 175, and then 2 mil, or how does it go? I'm on 31 ranks of the final trade. I've gotten ham. Yo, I have not got. I got like, I don't know, 11 maybe. 31 is a lot, and when you can get 999. And what's cool is it actually is going to just, you're just going to be able to get that final rank, I think, faster and faster the more you play, just because you get more knowledge, and then you do endgame content and you get that big badge that gives you a huge boost of it, and that can give you a couple of ranks up, and there's going to be more every single time, man. Hot gooey cheddar in the middle, smoked mince garlic, jalapenos, and thoroughly seasoned chicken breaded in Italian panko bread crumbs. That sounds so good. Holy dude. Vermilius is cooking. Man's absolutely cooking some actual homemade nuggets. That is wild. Oh yeah, to the mill. Yeah, so he does get a higher achievements. Cool, cool, cool. Smells heavenly. I imagine. I bet. Curdy, get in here, fam. Okay, with Curdy, we need Una Mask, and then we'll be good to go. We need one more Athos and Tazavesh. I'm surprised Athos is not on Remix right now. Maybe just getting his weekly Mythic Pluses out of the way. Does Ant want to join? Hey, want to join 5V5 Duels? How we doing, by the way, Johnny? How we doing, my guy? How many bodies do we got? What we'll try to do, I think, is we'll try to get 5, and we'll just spam queue with the 5 that we have as much as possible. And I imagine NA games tomorrow would also be a little bit tougher to put together. So I might just not stream 5V5 Duels for NA tomorrow. I might just do a Legion Remix stream, man. And then we'll maybe look back and revisit the duels the week after everybody has gotten like Legion Remix out of their system. Because even Saya isn't on. At least I haven't seen him on at all. So I don't know if he's going to be around or not. We also need Toxie, and I wonder if Telrion is playing Remix or if he'll be down to join us. Who else can I invite? Battlelord, PvE, Belly. Oh, hey, Duels, or you remixing? I'm gonna see if Belly wants to join, because I think last time he said something in the Discord chat of like I should join one. So I'm like, you want to join? Hey, want to join Duels? Want to join Duels, Battlelord? You got 4? Okay, cool. So you just need 1 and I need 1. Beautiful. We literally need 1 for each team and we're set. I think. I don't know if Limp and Liam joins these. Normally, dude. I have so many people. Half the people don't do duels and the other half do. And it used to be everybody that I have on my BNet, everybody was a duel person. But now it's like, it's so mixed and matched, dude. It is all over the place. It is all over the place. I literally have to like scout through people and be like, okay, is this? I love the Rider Apocalypse mounts that they added. Yeah, they're really good looking. Yeah, Rider Apocalypse mounts look so good. After LFR. Okay. So Belly potentially could join. Unless we got a +1 outside of Belly. But yeah. How many? I don't think we have a single paladin on my team. I don't know how many paladins you got on your team, Johnny. But the less paladins, the better, by the way. As somebody who's also played a paladin in Legion Remix, dude, this class is busted. I am not surprised everybody's playing a paladin, dude. That thing is probably one of the highest damage dealers out of all the DPS in Legion Remix. Hands down. Tanks are the highest. Red Pally, everybody else. That's literally how the breakdown is right now. I think, Jake, when I picked up Paladin last minute, that was probably the best choice if I just wanted to play like the most busted character. Although I could have played a caster, that also would have been really good too. Demon Hunters, I think, would have also been really, really good. I think they'll probably scale pretty well with endgame gear. Like Giga Mastery, Giga Crit, that'll be really good for them. But Pally is just like really insanely strong start. Windwalker and raids. And Windwalker too. Windwalkers can do a lot of damage as well. Yes, I've also seen a bunch of Windwalkers in my raids and they do pretty good damage. Like that big 41 mil touch of death at the end is also huge. But like, yeah, the damage they've been able to do has been pretty nuts. Yeah, but Brewmasters, I think I see a lot more Brewmasters than tanks in general. I see a lot more of them. But I've just observation. I see a lot of tanks, top damage, Red Pally, and literally everybody else in most cases. If everybody has like same gear. There was a boom kit that was running 650 item level, 658. So he's like on the way to sub 100. You know, just a couple more iron lows for him. But like, he was basically a tank. He was holding aggro from the bosses and everything. Kinda wild. Kinda nuts. Who else can I invite, man? Does Liam want to join? Does he join these? Hey, Liam, want to join? I'll just ask Liam. I don't remember if Liam joins these or not, but I'll ask him anyway. I will ask. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I asked Romaru. I asked Riptides. I know I did that. Swanky Work is a PvE guy. Unfortunately. Does Tasty want to join? I feel like I've been asking Tasty for a couple of weeks and nothing. It seems Zakati wants to join in. Hey man, want to join 5V5 Duels? It's been a second since Zakati joined these, but I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna ask anyway. Yeah, I'm kind of worried if we continue to push with Windwalker since it's kind of defensively meh. Yeah, this is why people are playing Brewmaster. Just defensively, they're a lot better. That'll be PvP, so I hope of games. I'll join you. Okay. Cool, so we got Liam. He was down to give it a try, down to be a fill. Maybe next week? Okay. Yeah, it looks like this week was not a great week for grinding out on plus, or key, and plus, 5v5 duels. However, we'll still have as many games as we can tonight, boys. And then tomorrow, I think I'll just do a remix gameplay. And then tomorrow, I'll just do a remix. And we'll come back with more duels next week for EU and NA. I'm surprised, but I'm also kind of pleasantly surprised how so many people are into remix. I think a lot of people missed out mob remix, but they didn't really know what it was. And they were like, wait, it's just like leveling a mob, but like nothing new. Although it was a lot of new stuff. But then the rewards and all those cool things, I think people found out later down the line, like, wait, it's actually worth it. And it's super fun and easy. But they missed out. And I think this time they're just like, okay, I don't want to miss out. Legion remix, grinding, go. Gotta get that max level. I'm surprised how many people in beta are actually still leveling too. Not everybody's max, not everybody's 80. People are straight up still leveling, which is good for them. How do you count for the group? LFG, Raise Legacy, Molten Core. Actually, it's a great question. Thank you for asking that question, because I do have normally a copy paste that I post in the chat showing you exactly how to join in. So I will add that here. If you want to do it, use that, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, find a group, LFG, under Molten Core. We got two groups up and running. One says 5. It's not actual 5. It's just me. I'm the 5th. I'm the fake 5th. I'm the fake filth. Did I ask Cloak? Wait, Peanut. Chats. There we go. Did I ask Cloak? I did ask Cloak. Yeah. Never mind. Who else can I invite? I'm gonna see if the Jurex ones are running. I'm gonna just reach out. I'm gonna hit him up, see if I can get that guy out of there. I also messaged Anto on Spyro. I haven't heard from that guy in a second. I miss him. I'm at 66. Was very busy with work release. Yo, Gossagry, get in here, Gossagry. Yo, get in here, bud. Love me some Gossagry, dude. Love me some Boomkin. Yo, get in here. Dando and Ren, is Dando in the group? Johnny, I got 5. I got 5. How many you got? Also, in the Smash Cut, do you mind if I add you on Real ID? Because you're pretty regular here. Can you be lead for me? All you gotta do is just let me know. When actually, Young J also can do it too. Young J can do it. I'm gonna make Young J lead. Mind being lead? I added it out. Dandruin, what's your Real ID? Need one. Dandruin, join John if you haven't. Join Johnny's team if you have not. Team that guy. Didn't I add you a while ago? Stream Deck guy. Let me look at BNet. Stream Deck. Did I not add you? What's your BNet? Did I have Dan? Oh. My eyes. They don't, my brain don't work. My eyes work, my brain don't. Danduin. Can't spell. Dandruin? Danduin. Here we go. There we're set. Danduin was with me. Okay, he actually was there. Nice. Unpair everybody me. Okay. All right, so we need +1 for the other team, and we'll be good to go. Curdy, is he in a Draenor blockade? Oh, he's just chilling. Cool. Draenor Shar blockade. I don't know where that's at. I guess it's like some kind of like a phase area. All right, we just need one of Moss. Wait, I just noticed there's a guild. Oh wait, there is a guild. There is a Dalaran gaming guild. Is Plush in here? Yo, Plush. I haven't seen Plush in a second, dude. We need Plush back in the game. We need Plush back in. All right, so we just need literally one more for Johnny, and we're set. Hell yeah! If you guys got any homies, you're more than welcome to invite him to the duels. That would be wonderful. The more fresh blood we can get into the duels, the better. First, Seth. Hey, Seth, want to join? I'm gonna ask around. I removed the ladders besides big debuffs. Yeah. Oh, you mean like the? Really? No details? I like usually details. I like S Arena for DR tracking, although it's really bad at 5v5s. But S Arena is really good. Big debuffs, details. Those are really good. I think those are bare minimum. Weird, easy to play, but I got used to it. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, can't wait for the group of custom PvP. It's not a custom. But it's not a custom, it's an LFG underrated Legacy Molten Core. We do it in Molten Core specifically for that allied race, or no, for the cross-faction benefits, because you can't join cross-faction if you're on the opposite faction in custom PvP, which you should be able to, Blizzard. You should be able to, Blizzard. Otherwise, we wouldn't be listing it on the Molten Core. But I think with that, we got 5, and we should be good to go. All right, I'm ready. Groups are listed under Molten Core. Yeah. What did the first set say? Second Defco. Oh, my man! Why you change your name? I can't spell. What the hell? Defco? Why'd you change it to first Seth? I thought it was Defco. I thought it used to be Defco for BNet. Want me to suck with the other team? No. We are good. They should have 5. Johnny, are we good? Are we good, my man? Are we good? Also, do we have somebody? Yeah, no. Are we good? You want me to for the other team? Nah, you good, Curdy. You good chilling here. Way back. Oh, okay. Neat. Neat. One more? Wait. Yeah, so if you guys are struggling to find his team, he's got +1 Leo under Molten Core listed, and you should be good to go. Belly. Damn, I got declined? Wait, why did you get declined? What happened? Wait, Johnny, what was it not high enough item level? What's happening? Give the boy a chance. This is join before I'm not getting invited. Oh, okay. Give it a second. Give it a sec. Tank? Wait, are you actually playing it as tank? Because normally we do a DPS. I'm also not getting invited. Uh-oh. Prot Warrior? Oh, wait. Yeah, I guess tank is... Yeah. When we do 5v5 duels, we usually do them as DPS. Yeah, tanks and healers and duels are weird. Like, really weird. Give me 11% crit. Yeah. That would do it. Ready? Beautiful. I'm gonna make okay, we ready. I'm gonna make a D-list. I'm gonna make a Young J lead, and I need to do invite spectator match Young J and Johnny Boy. My grand one. Here we are. I set up as a take my B. Yeah. Alrighty, boys. Let's have some good old duels, right? Have some fun. Good luck. Enjoy the games. Get some clippable moments. I want to see some clean matches. I want to see some dirty match. I want to see it all, dude. Give me the burst. Give me the burst and give me the bird. No, don't give me the bird, actually. Actually, go ahead. Whatever. I don't care. Freedom of speech and all that. New illusion PvP looks insane. Oh, the new one for like midnight? Yeah, I saw. It's like these orbs that are twisting. It looks sick. It looks like they put a lot of effort into it, which is like, wow, this actually looks really cool. I think the arcane one they had this season was pretty cool too. But yeah, the orb twisting also is pretty neat. Is PvP actually getting the attention it deserves at midnight? Some will say this is a hoax. Others are sipping on that copium. I call it hopium. Rebranded to hopium. Switch. We're missing one over in team 2, but hopefully they'll load in. Gossagri over for the team 1 as a boomy ready to go. Who's up first? Is it going to be Nesmeshka? It is going to be Nesmeshka versus Dan. Contemplating a paladin of the fell. God, it's such a good looking set, man. Such a good looking set. Secret technique by Nesmeshka rocking the original Bloodfang. Or is it the modified Bloodfang set? I think it might be a modified. Dandruin got himself plenty of defense. Nesmeshka having a dive in his stealth. Managed to give himself a shield. Summon keeping him calm or keeping him out of stealth at the very least. Dan, does he play the big hammer? Or does he play the dot build, the Dawn Light? Nesmeshka eating a massive hammer. Cheap shot onto Dandruin. Potentially could be a bubble. Needs to be very, very careful. Lay on hands immediately. Searing Glare with a blind reversal for Nesmeshka. Trying to stand still and trying to see if he can position the blind. The flashlight back in the rogue. But couldn't quite connect. We got also in team 2. We got Bird back here. Limp and Liam as a survival. Love the look. As well as Leo. Back to the more or less close to OG-ish set. Gonna be a big coup de grace out on Nesmeshka. Building up for a pretty fat secret technique. Potentially could be a huge damage. Dandruin will need something. Does stop for a moment to make sure he has a global save for the bubble. That is what you need to have as a paladin. Always save a global for the bubble. Hammers are randomly procking. Dandruin was not judgmenting randomly. Rogue is out for a second. But if you weren't looking in the right direction, yeah, there ain't no way you gotta catch him. Second set of eyes is down, so actually both eyes. Have they spawned? No, now they're spawning. Eyes weren't spawned yet. Bob's still available for Dandruin, but Nesmeshka will need to use everything he can. Try to see if he can get through that. I think technically building up for a fat secret technique. Does use secret technique. Dandruin still got himself a big defensive. Hammer's still available in case he needs it. As long as he can drop the big hammers onto Nesmeshka, big crits is what he needs. Second hammer needs to come out. Quick shot is for Nesmeshka with the disarmor to Dandruin. He knows to back away from the rogue for a second. Second hammer could still come out. Gouge for a moment. Does he have the mobility to catch up to the rogue? Hand of Freedom might actually potentially even do it. The rogue catches a reset. Are there any dots? Sap does get himself a full clean reset. So as long as there's no dots, without a Dawn Light in particular, it is going to be a little difficult. There are still dots like Xberg from Blade of Justice. That can still put up a dot. And then there's a couple other like random proc effects that could potentially be a dot. Like maybe first aid, you should be able to see him. You should be able to see him if you're careful. Does he not see the... Damn, dude, out of the hellbars above people's heads? Because I'm pretty sure, unless he like just wasn't necessarily looking for the rogue, should have been able to see him behind the pillar trying to heal up a little. Bob no longer available. I wonder if Laying Hands is back up and running. Trinkets are in. Hammers are coming through, but never critting. The hammers so far, I don't see them crit a lot onto Nesmeshka. Does go for the blind. That's going to be random hammer procking it. Laying Hands is back up and available. Dandruin does go down, but Limp and Liam catching a full harpoon with Flare. Do you have a pet? You do have a pet. That pet is just stealthy. That pet is just stealthy. Stalling onto Nesmeshka. Got him some potential loads of damage. I don't know what the fireworks effects are all about. Grenades coming through. It does have a second grenade. It's going to be a pack leader. Technically, if you move the rogue back into the stampede, that can do a lot of damage. Maybe. Interesting, actually. Very interesting. I don't think I've seen pack leader in a while. He has spell ward on me accidentally. Oh, did he actually? Wait, so no Bob on Forge. Oh, on Forge. I was thinking for a second too. Damn. Nesmeshka does get himself coup de grace. Second cheap shot, it is just over. That is a lot of damage out of the rogue. Leo is the second to last, standing still on the team, and we got Ameria. They do have a fifth. It just took a second for them to load in, but they do have a fifth. They do actually have all five. I'm not much of a PvPer. All good, Limp. All good, all good. Always happy to see you here, my guy. That just rogues though. A lockdown and a stun. Brutal. Big breath out for Leo. Big scythe cleaves comes through. The disarm onto the DK with the cloak shadows to follow up for Leo. Nesmeshka just trying to see if he can delay a lot of that burst by rotating defenses, but the last scythe does do enough damage with Sabo charging up next. He's got himself full bishop look. Hold on a second. Wait a second. He's got himself like a Doomfist type of look. You see that? There's like a massive, what looks like a cannon over his shoulder going down to like a fist. It actually looks so sick. With the eye patch, this dude looks awesome, actually. That's one of the best shaman mogs I've seen. Especially if you had like a huge... Wait, do you have a fist weapon to go with it? You literally held on. You do have a Doomfist look. Actually, look at Doom Fist thing going on with a massive fist. That's so good looking. Thunder onto Leo for a second. Wall out for Sabo. You would think Sabo would actually charge in with the wall, but he's staying away from Leo during the cooldowns. He's trying to respect the Death Knight's cooldowns as best as possible. Does go for the stun. Leo breaking out for a second. Got himself a scythe, but it's just not enough to get Sabo in a dangerous situation. So Leo's actually in a good spot right now. Sabo charges in, but a blind out of Leo. 20 seconds until he got himself cooldowns. He's going to have to play the hit and run build as a Death Knight. He goes in for a couple of death strikes here and there, but needs to get himself a bit of a reset. Gotta get that Mog. Look at that thing. If I could actually just... If he ever stops moving, I can show you the entire set. Oh, it is good looking. It is good looking. Yeah, steal that set, man. Steal that Mog if you can. Steal that look. So good looking. Leo got him so big breath. Sabo hit with a silence. Ascendance to follow. Does burn a trick and massive burns out for Leo though. The obliterates are just doing him in. A back-to-back with Curdy. And up next as a Shadow Priest, he's gonna have to use everything versus Leo. Leo's given an opportunity to get a full honorable match here. He's given an opportunity to recover some health. Wait until Death Pact is gone. He could have just rushed him. I guess. Could he actually? Okay, I think Curdy technically could just rush him. But he knows, like, I'm a Shadow Priest. He's a Death Knight. He's literally gonna move faster than me. I might as well just let him get a bit of a reset until he's coaxed from behind the pillar and runs at me. 30% dampening, however, is going to make things harder for the Shadow Priest more than the Death Knight. He's trying to see if he can rush him, gripping him out in the open, blind to follow. So this way, Leo is able to get a proper opener. AMS up immediately, so Curdy can't really do much to respond. Silence right after. Curdy might be put in a situation where he might have to use cooldown super early. Fear onto Leo. No Lichborn for a while. Halo, Dark Ascension. No, actually, no. Silence, Void Torrent. He does play the Void Elf build or the Void Rift build. Dark Ascension is available. Leo could go down to the Rift by itself, actually. Leo might just be dead. Lichborn with an IBF. Everything to survive. The Rift pops. PI for Curdy. Leo trying to hack away with Death Strikes back to back. Big Reaper Scythe comes through. For Curdy with a fade for a second. Got himself the pet. Still lots of potential damage. Leo picking up a little bit of healing off of the pet. Even landing interrupts. Does get himself the procs. Tethers his soul to the enemy. Next Frost Strike is going to explode for big damage to the pet, not to Curdy, unfortunately. Curdy is able to recover a little bit of health. He's just in a situation where Chain of Ice is going to slow him down, so he needs a good angle versus Leo. He might just need to wait until Fear, Stun, Silence, all are comboed on the back. And Leo with a blind. Shadowcratch does come through either way. AMS up for Leo, trying to see if he can make some damage happen with a big breath. Curdy maybe looking for a disperse. That disperse may have to be his first course of action. Both are super low. Leo trying to recover as much health as he can. Silence Fear, he can't get out of it at all. Void Torrent around the pillar, does get the last sight through, and that's going to be a massive cleave with Consecrate. Charging now, does not want to give Leo an honorable match. Hits him with the Silence Root. He breaks out of it immediately without Wraithwalk. The trees, the grove is in play with Incarnation. Yeah, what is happening? Bird! Yeah, Bird, if you need to stun that thing, go ahead. If you need to stun that, if that Dryad starts hitting you guys and you gotta stun it, go ahead. Because that Dryad did a lot of damage on these two. Look at Bird, he's sitting like 25% of his health is gone. And that's just the Dryad with Star Surges. Like, what is that? Alright, Leah. Can you do, what is it, 3 for 3, 4 for 4 actually? Blind to the Gossipry as the Disarm comes through. Disarm is actually detrimental to Leo. Does have a lot of runic power. Using that to Death Strike. AMS as soon as he can get away from Gossipry. Hits him with the Silence. Massive Reap inside. Oh my god! You blink and you miss it. Frost Death Knight for ya. You blink and you miss that whole duel. What in the actual hell was that? What in the world? Chat, is this okay? Dude, chat, they went after Hunters. They went after Arcane Mages. They went after Red Paladins. But is this okay? Is Death Knight going to be the next to the chopping block? They've nerfed meta classes already. Is Death Knight going to be the next? Damn, DK hurts are missing out. And DK does hurt. DK does hurt. Especially in higher dampening, if he's able to use his defenses to trade with you, because he doesn't have a lot of health. He takes a lot of damage. He just gets a lockdown in as much burst as possible all the time for Young Jay, who's trying to see if he can freeze the situation, trying to cool things off a little. Big scythe out for Leo, sees the dash from a mile away and does hit a block with it as Young Jay just loses himself a little bit of a reset. Next AMS for Leo is going to give him a better cover, but he won't have much cooldowns to follow after. Young Jay trying to see if he can back up out of it, catches Leo in a slow with a freeze, and that Ray of Frost almost does him in. He's trying to see if he can end the duel right here. It's going to get himself a reposition. Flurries together with Lances are doing a lot of work. Shifting power out for Young Jay, dropping down a Blizzard, and he's actually a-okay. Ring of Frost to follow, does have AMS and everything available. Got himself big damage. Boarding away, silence to follow. Massive cleave out for Leo with the Young Jay diving into the block, but breaks out of it immediately. Poly onto Young Leo, and I think he might just have himself the flurry procs he needs. Huge, massive shatters taking out the Death Knight, burning down the threat of a DK in snow. Can he go into Bird and into a Myriad? No more blocks, no more nothing. A Bird giving you a chance to get a full heal. So this is as much of an auto duel as you can get it. High dampening, 57% dampener, 11 minutes into the match, pretty much 11 minutes. And he might, let's see how it goes. Angie, how's it going? How we did today? Doing pretty good. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Young Jay. How are you gonna live without a block? You got a trinket, you got human racial. You will only be able to use one, so I guess you're using human racial. Chat, I hope you're having a good one. What's up, Matt? How you doing, my guy? Alter. I think the best that Young Jay can do is maybe just go for a huge shatter combo onto Bird, trinket, immune. Young Jay backs up out of there, lands a poly from a distance, does that again with a shatter. But it's going to be as much of an auto duel as it can be. Bird try to see if he can reposition, does have a big man in case he needs to. Breath, I'm assuming he's, is he, it's hard to tell whether he's like if he is the Eldraki build, immediate trinket out of the stun. Try to see a full immunity. And for Young Jay, he's able to back up out of it. You can still CC the guy. Got himself lots of procs. Han trying to connect. I don't know if he's a Feldscard or Eldraki build. I cannot tell. He's got himself the souls around the corner. I think they do connect with Young Jay. That's going to pick up a little bit of healing. Trying to position. Metamorphosis. Massive movement out for Young. And that Ray of Frost. Mobility is what won him the game. A little bit of control without roots and slows, but mobility is what won him the game. That's exactly what I needed. How much did I miss the Nico Duels? First match of the night. First match of the evening. So, and off the bat, Leo went in for 4. Young Jay stopped him, and it's up to him to try to see if he can bring the team a bit of that victory, given a proper chance with honor duels. Marcia Chip Hunter, however, like, can support my husband, of course. Awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Young Jay does go for a bit of burst. Around the pillar with a bit of flurry. Volley does not quite connect. Slow onto Young, but he cannot really get himself an angle. Double tap is available. Big rapid fire is going to be huge. Aim shot is available. Trinket to follow. Does get hit with a poly. For Young, he just was able to survive a lot of the touch, a lot of the burst. Trinket needs to come out of Mary immediately. Choosing not to. Choosing not to trinket. Stuns the image. I don't think he meant to stun the image. I think he meant to stun Young. Rapid fire onto the image. Does take it out. Young Jay with an invis. Camo. Flare down. He has Chimera. So maybe Chimera with the silence put some pressure onto Young. Might still be able to make some work here. Because the Mary is not out. He's got Void of Racial, so he can reposition. He can get away from Young in case he needs to. Can always use it. Can use it now if he wants to. Binding shot does connect. Potentially can still use it. Still staying away from the mage the entire time. Scatter to follow. Rapid fire around the pillar. That's going to be tricking out of Young. Binding shot still available. I think he's already procced it. Wall still up for a Mary in case they need it. Chimeric still needs to be used. It needs to use Chimeric. I think the earlier the better. Just to lock down Young with a silence. Does get a volley. Potentially big damage. I think Chimeric does connect. Chimeric connects. But does he have enough? I think Chimeric might just be dead behind the pillar with that Frozen Orb. Double tap is available, but I don't know what you can do in that situation. Young does pull it off. I feel like at that point, once you put on a defensive foot against a mage, you're basically stuck there and you're frozen on the defensive, on the back foot the entire time. And unfortunately, the mage eventually wins. I don't even know if he had block him and back up on everything, but that is rough. Johnny and Young, let me know when you boys are ready. When the teams are ready, we'll just send it back in. That was a good set of duels off the bat. Off the bat, dude. The Frost Death Knight. I am really wondering if that is going to be the next one on the chopping block. Because Frost Death Knight, out of all the classes, they've definitely not been Blizzard's like favorite child for PvP content. They've done well for PvE, but not for PvP. Came in perfectly. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Johnny, let me know when you were good. And then Young, where's Young? Team ready? So we need, it looks like one more for Johnny. Or not? Are we good? Beautiful. Ready? Alright, we're set. I'm gonna send you guys into a... let's do 12v for the casters, because it's like the biggest arena you can get. Mage gonna get nerfed instead of Frost DK Keg W. Dude, have you seen the stuff that they're doing to them in Midnight? Bro, I know that in Midnight they said, hey, we're gonna be simplifying a lot of the classes. We're gonna be streamlining them. And it's like, okay, it's gonna be some pruning, I get that. But then I took a look at the stuff they're doing to mages. And while I'm generally okay with them pruning classes, I was a little bit surprised. That felt like they're butchering them. Like, down to like the most basic version. I like the frost changes, I don't like the fire ones at all. Me neither. Like, okay, I know that fire mages basic gameplay is fireball, fireball, fireball. But it's not the most fun part about it. And they're just like, oh, what part do you guys not like? Because some people do. Some people do like mages with like a turret. They just want to spam fireball and like weave in fire blast and pyros. And that's all they wanna. But like, that is definitely not the most fun of fire mage. And then and Phoenix is gone. Scorch is gone. Yeah, look, they had Fired Up, which is a cool talent, right? Fired Up seems like a cool talent of like, oh, big combustion. But like outside of combustion, I don't think you're gonna have a lot of fun. Honestly, it seems a little weird. Which. We got Saba gonna be first up and ready. Look at that set. Look at that fist go. So it looks like he has normal knuckles in the other hand to like make it almost invisible looking. But look at that set. Oh, Dandruin hits him immediately with a stun. Rooted out though. Saba taking a little bit of initial damage. But he's an enhancement shaman. He's a whirlwind of damage. As long as he has Dandruin in a good spot, stuns him. Maybe a bubble. Does trinket with a lay on hands. Blind Searing Glare to follow up. Saba still did not ascend. He still haven't ascended. That's just him going Super Saiyan 1 mode. He hasn't hit that Super Saiyan God mode just yet. Give him a second. Give it a second. This is going to be Dandruin getting hit with a couple of shocks with a little bit of the range damage. Got him some of the elements weaved in. Sunder does not connect, unfortunately. Purging Dandruin of all the buffs as many as he can. Trinkets out of this. This could potentially be Sabo's go here. Hammer does not crit like he wanted it to. Dandruin with the defensive. Sabo may just need to go for Ascend here. He's got himself the range. It looks like almost he wants to go for big Ascendance. That or just staying defensively. He does have wall in case he really needs it. He doesn't have a trinket. Sabo better be very, very careful. Next hodge could be very, very bad for him. Does he grounding? He doesn't grounding. It looked like someone. It looks like somebody wetted to the ground. Big range damage. He's just trying to see if he can Tempest him from far away. Going underground. Next is going to be a hodge immediately. But Dandruin backing up out of there instead. Sabo got a lot of wolves. Lots of maelstrom coursing through his body. Cannot use it defensively until he ascended offensively. For Dandruin, Spell Warden is your only savior right now. Dandruin, you better use it. Sabo picking up a bunch of steam, bunch of wind. The whirlwind, I don't even know if he needs a sentence. I think he just takes it. Big lightning bolt. Sabo still, he's hiding his power levels. Or maybe he's saving them for Leo. He's either was hiding his power levels or just saving them for Leo. Leo giving him a break. Giving him a second to catch up and get himself all the heals. Team making sure to buff him up. That team being Curdy. We got us as a Young Jay. We got us as a Smirshka. As well as Gosiger, dude. He's got buff squad here. The intellect buff, which doesn't do much. But Versa buff and stand buff is okay. By the way, if you are like not watching on stream, but are watching the duel as a video, buffs for teams are okay. It's a unique thing that makes 5v5 duels a little more interesting. Silence on Usaba. He's got to send with a wall. This is everything he has to live right now. Does he survive the burst? Leo still continued to pump damage. Brett is still rolling, but the Tempest was able to withstand the Blizzard. Was able to outmatch him. And he still got pressure. He still got damage. Where Leo is completely drained and out of options, Sabo still continues to pump ahead. Trinket available for Sabo for the next lockdown. He will have Burrow down, I think, to synergize with some of the bursts of Leo. Not all of it, but some of it. Wall won't be available for a while, so as long as he's got a defensive to trade with Leo's burst, he will be okay. Leo using these ghost souls for death strike material. He's just continuing to leech health off of him, vampirically stealing it. Sabo got a lot of burst. Silenced out. Trinkets out of this. Will need as much healing as he can. Massive burst out for Leo. Is it going to be enough? Sabo does get cleaved down, unfortunately. Oh no, another one bites the dust with Curdy gonna be up next. Does he give Leo? You guys do not have to give the other person an honorable match if you don't want to, by the way. If you want to rush him, take him out immediately. Like if you're like, you know what, I'm a Shadow Priest, or if I'm a Boomkin, that is a Death Knight. If I strike now, I get to take him out, get to go into the next person. You are allowed to give him honorable matches if you want to, but it's not mandatory, by the way. So if you need to snipe him, go ahead. Oof. Yeah, it's a lot of burst, man. Headshot if you feel like it's going to pray, not for a fight. What's that mog? Dude, it's so good looking out, man. It's a good looking mog. It's basically Doomfist from Overwatch, but like, and then like it's like a Doomfist kind of look together with like a Explorer set. It's good looking. It's got like a tuxedo looking jacket thing. It's like really official looking. Curdy got him some potential, lots of damage for Leo. AMS Leo somehow blinked behind the pillar. Curdy may just have to go for a Void Rift immediately. Getting cleaved down for a second, not feeling that great. Disperse right after. Leo got a lot of potential damage. Trying to see if he can back behind the pillar. Gertie knows he does not want a DK going behind the pillar. Void Torrent is in, but the silence comes through. Gertie needs whatever healing he can. VE is in. Vampiric Embrace is the only thing that's keeping him alive. The more damage he can pump, the more healing he can do. Trying to go for a fear, but it does not connect. It's going to be Leo with a Lichborn. Curdy does barely survive, gripping him back in. Leo does explode into Viscera, but does recover just a little bit of health. And looks like Did I DC, or was that just a weirdness on your guys' end? Stalled onto Leo for a second. Looks like both of them stopped for a moment. I thought I DC'd. But Curdy does barely survive and fade for a moment. Does he have anything else? Does get cleaned, unfortunately. That is rough. That is so rough. Doomfist skin with a white suit. Oh, maybe that's what he was trying to copy. Maybe that's what he was trying to replicate. I didn't realize there was like a Doomfist in the suit skin. That's cool. But yeah, I like it. It looks like a power cannon punch. But Joe, next Friday, if I will be able to, yo, more than welcome to see you nah. Hopefully I got it right, or at least close enough. Yeah, see you. More than welcome to. Anybody and everybody's welcome to join us. Blind by Leo. The blind setup just really puts him in a good spot where he can blind, chain, get some resources, and have himself like a big go all at once. It is perfect. It is like a rogue type of like a setup. It's like, imagine if rogue setup grip, gouge, setup, kidney. That's what a rogue setup would be, but for Leo, he has to do it a little bit differently. Gossipy does pop a lot of cooldowns. The Dryad, unfortunately, also attacking the rest of the team with Bird, Ameria, and no Belly, sorry. I messed up your name, Belly. Sorry, my guy. Gossipy is backing up out of there. The Heart of the Wild is available. No Trinket. Incarnate is available. We'll have to go. I think he just might have to combine everything onto Leo, just dropping all the birds down on him. I don't know if you can go for like a root silence, all the pets, and just drop down mad damage while at a distance, or not. Praziki seems pretty spooky. Yeah, no, they're really good. They don't have a lot of survivability. Like in 3v3, they're okay. Like if you have a healer, you're alright. But the amount of damage they take is huge. They're like a glass cannon though. They take damage, but they also do a lot of damage, as you can see right here. Just a full lockdown onto the Boomkin. Big size coming through, being massive crits, and then of course is that Reaper's Mark explosion at the end of it. So the sights proc from Reaper's Mark do a lot of damage, but that explosion does as well. However, in Smurshka, being a rogue, he is a true weakness for a Death Knight. The stuns, the lockdowns, if he doesn't have IBF or a trinket to get out of it, even then, actually, just an evasion with and a disarm just to stop a lot of the damage to come through. That could also stop a lot of the DKs go. Leo's been very careful with his Boshka. Every other competitor, he just rushed him. With this Boshka, he's literally staying away. Disarm, I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna keep him chained. I'm gonna keep him over there, but I'm gonna walk away. Lichborn ahead of this. Trinkets out of the first stun he sees. This Boshka still able to lock him down with a couple of those cheap shots. Won't be able to do that in midnight, unfortunately. You'll get like 2 cheap shots at a time, which is unfortunate. Blind onto the Rogue for a second, trying to go for a bit of cleaving. Nesmershka with an evasion, blind onto Leo, just trying to see if he can get himself a reset. And that's exactly what he's looking for. DK is more of a counter for casters, but against fighters. Yeah, against melee. Generally speaking, yes. Historically speaking, yes. Yeah, but look at that. Cheap shot. I think Leo's just dead. So far, you watch him just absolutely massacre. Gets himself last bit of hit. Oh, the death pack. Never mind. Death pack to reverse it gives you just a sliver of health to work with. Big sight onto the Rogue. Reaper's Mark. Big hit. Lands a crit. Rogue. Oh, splash. Exploding all over the place. And Young Jay is going to be the last one versus Leo. He needs to go through Leo, Belly, Bird, and Ameria. He's did pretty good last time, and he's having to go into high dampening. Is this going to be Young Jay's go, though? He's playing Fire this time around. Last time was Frost. I think Frost is a little easier for PvP with the slows. Fire can be a little tough. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? Yeah, you're thinking to yourself, no, the rogue's got him. It's over. It's lights. And then Death Pack, immediate burst, everything available. Just 1-2 that rogue real quick. Back to the mall for him. Exactly. Send the guy straight back to the mall, dude. He's out there grinding Soul Ash and helping out spirits now. He's stuck in there for all of eternity. Might see Sylvanas along the way. You know what I mean? Crazy. Makes me sad how Shadow Priest tentacles work. Yeah, no, tentacles do not do anything. Yeah, the Shadow Priest, I feel like Shadow Priest tendrils when they spawn them should be more effective. Because every time you spawn them, there should be like a welcome surprise. Not just like because you just kind of ignore them because they're kind of sort of useful. Young Jay getting absolutely ripped apart, altered time to try to see if he could alter to a new timeline where he potentially wins this duel. Does not get it though. Mad burst out from Leo with the scythe from like a mile away. I don't think that scythe even connected. I don't think he was nowhere near melee when that scythe went through. And that is 5 for this guy right here. Damn. Fire Mage definitely is rough in duels. Frost Mage I think might have been a little better, but Fire Mage was not able to quell the Frost, unfortunately. In Rock, Paper, Scissors, it looks like Ice beats Fire. Bare minimum. Alright, Johnny and Young, let me know when you guys are both good. And we'll send it again. The elements, man, it's just like, it's like, you know how Pokemon have like elemental counters, right? Grass beats water, water beats fire, fire beats grass. It is that. Ice beats fire, apparently. I don't know if it works for Pokemon like that. It's been a second since I played a Pokemon game, to be honest. Which is you know, which means me and the Pokemon executives have that in common. When's the last time they played any of their games? With some of the decisions they made. You know what I mean? We need one for Team Johnny. Do we need one for Young? How is the team looking? Are they looking healthy? We need Onomas. If y'all want to join us, you're more than welcome to. The group is listed under Molten Core. Anybody and everybody is welcome to join. Other team with Young is set, so they're good. We just need one for Johnny and Belly and the boys. Fire beats ice in Pokemon. Perfect. Wait, fire beats ice? Okay. Alright, so I guess we're living in an alternate timeline where that's not a thing. Wait, the warning development notes? Oh, they actually have some notes on like patch 11.25. Continuing war within campaign, join housing stress test and PTR. Monday, we'll be doing that Monday. Normally Monday I don't stream, but we'll be streaming that Monday. We're walking Blood of Void Elves. Pandaren Heritage Armor. Brawler's Guild returns. That should be a lot of fun. Heroic Vision Revisited. Kinkyu Ogremon Stormwind. Oh! Are they gonna up it? I don't know actually. No idea. What are your guys' thoughts on the Pandaren set? Do you like it? Or do you not like it? Apparently there's a couple of options. There's a Horde version, Alliance version, and then there's like the Chen Storm style colors. Brawler's Guild, yes, that's making a return. I don't know if it's new. I don't know if there's new challenges or new rewards. Possibly old ones from last time they had it, but yeah, that's making a return. Chen's color is the best. I do agree. I do like the Chen color the best. Yeah, the Pandaren color looks the best in my opinion. Not bad. Yeah, I guess it's alright. Привет, друг мой, или я поучаствовать? Могу я? Да, можем иметь, можно. У нас группа сейчас в Molten Core. Если найдешь, как его, search, напиши 5 в search. И думаю, увидишь. И фильтры все нужны, как его по-русски, check on. Хорошо? Там найдешь группу с Leo More. Okay. That should hopefully, hopefully enemy knows exactly what the hell I said, because I was I was like trying to piece together like a sentence, but I'm like a 5-year-old trying to piece together like the Taj Mahal with Legos. That's essentially what I had to do mentally in my brain. My Russian is definitely out of whack, but I tried to talk to enemy as best I could. Hopefully he'll find the group in LFG. I tried my best. My Russian is out of whack. That set is nice, but it's so close to Monk previous sets. I can see it, but there is a Pandaren set, not a Monk set. But yeah, it is very much like, it looks like a Monk set, doesn't it? Like if in the future they did like, if this was Mr. Pandaria, right? Or any expansion where they used to do like a Horde and Alliance colors for all their sets, like a red and blue. And you told me this is like the leather or like a Monk Conquest, Alliance, and Horde version of the PvP sets, I would have been like, yeah, that looks believable. I could believe it, but this is Pandaren like heritage sets. So yeah, there is the Chantstorm Stout version apparently. That one apparently looks pretty good in my opinion, but you know, yeah. But for the day, sounds good. Dandruin, we'll need a +1, boys. Mobs in Heroic World here are dying to spinning crane kicks now. Crazy. Get enough gear and because the mobs don't scale, right? They just have like a set like health level for all of them. But when you like blasting through them that quickly, yeah. Cool pandas. That's a pretty cool looking. What's up, Chris? Yeah, they're not bad. Apparently 1127 is going to be in that update. 640 equipped, that is some work. I need to catch up apparently. I need to do Mythic Plus, I think, because you'll get a pretty big item level jump through M+. And I need to do more tank runs in Legion Remake. So far I've only done the raids. But yeah. Oh, I should just do a run of like Heroic World tier and just finish out all the zones. One of those two. I'm not sure which one I should do. M+ is bad for gear, only good for weapon power. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, maybe then I'll just do story stuff and I'll just do like all the other zones. I'll finish up like, because I haven't done anything outside of Stormheim. Literally Stormheim and that's it. Haven't done anything else. Let me see if anybody else on my BNet is on, so I can maybe get him into Team Johnny. If anybody hopped on outside of the regular crew. Vesperska is in. Recently added him. Pabs, Rimaru, Rick. I don't think Rick ever responded back to me, unfortunately. I was like, yo, good luck. Good luck. Hey, Sean? Hey, wanna join? See if Psycho wants to join back in. I think Sleepy also messaged him earlier, right? Yeah, I did. I don't know if you messaged me back or not. Broken Horn. That's a good name. Broken Horn on a High Mounted Torn is sick. That's a great name. Hell yeah. So we still need uno más. One more, boys, for Team Leo. By the way, which expansion do you love the most? Like, out of all of them, Legion. Hands down, Legion. That was my favorite expansion. I played the game a lot, but I definitely played it the most during Legion. I did everything in Legion. Or, I probably could have done more in Legion. I played it a shit ton, but it was one of those games. Okay, I think that WoW as a game is in its best situation, not when you're logging on to do chores and content, but when you're just logging on just to mess around and just do nothing because you're having fun with the game. Even if you're not doing anything important, not grinding, not getting gear, nothing. You're just chilling and you're having fun. You're logging to waste time because it actually sounds like a lot of fun, just wasting time in the game. And that's essentially what Legion was for me. I logged on a lot just to waste time. I just did everything. I didn't do literally everything in the content. I think in Dragonflight and Shadowlands and every other expansion since, I've like got into as much content as I could, because like, you know, if you just do one thing and it gets stale, you're like, all right, let me do something else. Okay, that's kind of fun. Let's keep my attention. But then you end up like chasing for like that next like fun thing, so you're just doing everything. So now I'm at a point where I'm like, I did all my devs, I did all the dev challenges, I PvP, I did my raid zone, I cutting edge raid, I'm doing all the grinds, all the renown, everything in War Within, but not all of that content is fun. Some of it is like, I do it because it's like part of that in-game goal, completionist, everything, right? But Legion was expansion where I would log on just to do like menial things that had a lot of fun. Just to like mess around, just log in just to waste some time because it's more fun than just doing nothing. Yeah, I did that a lot in Legion. A lot. I wasn't necessarily chasing goals. I was just having a lot of fun. Oh, they're setting on 590 or something and somehow not really getting upgrades. Yeah, from there, Heroic World Tier gear should start giving you upgrades. Not always, but generally. Mythic Raids and Heroic Raids is another great place for gear upgrades as well. For like that watermark level. It's really good for that. Which, any tips on gear? I actually gotta have a video on it sometime soon, actually. 724 item level, which is nice. Gotta recraft most things. Yeah, gotta recraft a lot of items, man. Definitely, definitely. Belly gonna be first up over for that team too with Sabo. Got himself the goal. So it's immediate fear. Is Belly just gonna wait out the wolves? Normally Warrior just gotta charge out, but he's just like being extra careful. Maybe waiting for a bot to fall off from Belly. Maybe just literally waiting for those wolves to fall off. Spear him down. Goes underground. Belly got a lot of cooldowns ready, but unfortunately the spear no longer attached to Sabo. Blinking all over the place. Does get rid of with the stun totem after. Into a full ascendance immediately. Reflect up for Belly with defenses. Try to see if he can fight through the Tempest that is the Shaman. Disarm. I don't think it matters. I don't think he needs his weapons. I think he's got plenty of abilities that let him use that Maelstrom Massive Tempest into a lightning bolt. They did buff enhancement recently, didn't they? The buff Storm Strike, not Wind Strike, Storm Strike by like 45% and the Lightning Bolt by 20, didn't they? And I feel like that's actually, you're actually starting to see it. That Lightning Bolt really does hurt. Are you Nightborn? Oh no, Zandalari. Zandalari Troll? I haven't seen Mage Zandalari Troll in a while. But it's pretty good. Sabo does get hit with a stun, knocking the mage back, but it's a lot of shatters. Angel Spike does get himself a kick last second. Polymer for after. Does get polyed. Spike still goes through. Got himself lightning bolts. Needs that Maelstrom in order to combine into those lightning bolts. Trying to see if he can push for a big old Tempest. Wall up. And Sabo just gonna go for a heal. Bit of recovery behind the pillar. He does have the wall that he can build some Maelstrom off of, and it's actually not that bad. Eric is able to go for a full reset behind the pillar. I like the name Eric because it's like Eric, but not quite. It's Eric. Close enough, right? Big Meteor coming down with a full stun. Eric, do you have enough damage to follow up, though? He does blink away. Sabo's still kicking. He took a bunch of shatters so far. A whole Meteor to the face, a Glacial Spike in the back of the head. And he's still kicking. He's still fighting. It's going to be all the pets. Even the Earth Elemental is in place, so it's going to give Sabo a lot of recovery. Eric got himself a bit of shields. Gonna go for a kick. Does get him AoE poly with a regenerate. And he just go for full reset. I like that AoE poly with a blink, by the way. That was some good stuff. Good stuff. Meteor does not connect, unfortunately. I think some of those Comet Storms do connect. And he does have a constant burn of Ignite. There's a stun. Frostfire Bolt. Is that going to be it? The knockback that Eric so far has had Sabo in full control under his thumb the entire game. But has not been able to really put Sabo in the dirt so far. Definitely putting in a lot of effort. Doing a lot. Doing really good, too. Root around the corner. Stun Totem does connect. Block out for Eric. First block of the game. That's himself the block that lets him re-heal. Game pending super low, so he's able to recover a lot. His second PvE, I had to make Arsham and multiple stealth kicks. Please. Bro, Arsham is too good for the keys this season. Yeah, Disc Priest. Season 2 was your season. Right now it's a little tougher. It's doable, but it's a little tougher. It is crazy how much easier some keys are with the rest of Shaman. Actually easier. Sabo got full ascend. Eric got a lot of potential damage with that Icy Veins, which is getting removed in midnight. So enjoy Icy Veins while you got it for now, but that's gonna be gone. Which actually might be better for them might be better for them with the new build that got set up than the current one in PvP with that freeze mechanic and shatter. Because that may actually be a lot better. Wall with a bit of that shift in power. Eric is able to get himself resources back. Able to try to see if he can reposition stun, but that Rude stops him and plays him. Unfortunately, will not be able to land a proper stun onto Sabo. Flurries come through, but the lightning bolt before it takes Eric out, he does get himself one more block. This is your chance here, potentially to go maybe blink, breath, lock down Sabo, and you might be okay. Trying to land a polymorph does get a juke versus Sabo. That's gonna be perfect. Glacial Spike is gonna go for a knockback into a Rude though. That meteor comes right through. Big bulwark down for Sabo. Gives himself a huge shield. Eric backing up out of there, looking to land whatever damage he can onto Sabo. At some point, he does want to get himself a proper lockdown on Sabo though. He does have a breath. He does have a stun. He will need both of them in order to get some big damage onto Sabo. Breath does connect. Trying to knock him into a freeze. Will not be able to. Sabo just looking to end the duel maybe. Does get stunned. Big glacial. Eric does recover just a smidge of health. Is it enough though? Rooter for a second. Lightning Bolt does not go for a kick. Shift in power, trying not to get kicked. Poly onto Sabo. Sabo does not get a stun on the guy with that totem. That juke does actually stop the stun from going off, and it's going to be potentially food. No root totem around the corner unless you could reset it. Eric does pick up a little bit of shielding. Yet another breath. Trying to go for a mass poly with a knockback onto Saba. Is it going to be enough? Walling this off just to make sure he's got himself. He is just walling it off completely. The antisocial behavior out of the mage is actually giving him a lot of value. Sitting down for whatever food he can, and that's actually working out. Trying to lend a stun onto Saba. Going to be huge burst. Big shatter. Everything is available. Does Eric have follow-up? Saba is super low, picking up whatever bit of healing he can. Saba does have defenses to work with. Eric trying to see if he can push on through. Juked out. Big spike. Wall out for Saba. Eric still not giving up. He's got Xander Racial. He can do the Xander Racial thing. He just got to get a CC onto Saba. And if he could go for Xander Racial, as long as he doesn't take direct damage, he'll be okay. Breath. Poly. Zandalari. No, just Meteor. Trying to see if he can end the duel right here. Can he do it? Stun totem. Trinkets out of it immediately. Got him some shields last second. Sabo still continuing to press on as best as possible. Eric picking up a lot of cooldown reduction. Ring of Frost does not stop him. Trying to go for a kick. Does not connect. But the Primordial takes out Eric. Unfortunately, Primordial does take him out. That mage did such a good job. He was on an absolute roll just now. Leo giving Saba a proper duel opportunity. An honorable match opportunity. And Saba is ready, rooting at Leo. He's waiting for Saba to make the first move before he has himself a go-ahead. Unholy Deathlight this time around, so Leo's not Frost anymore, so maybe for Saba this could be an easier matchup. Knock at the pet, and all the undeads around all over the place. Does get stun lock, however, with the full ascend ready to go. Can turn and use ascendance on the pets instead. Actually is able to get himself Tempest. Big heals. The more Tempest he can get himself, the more damage he's going to be able to heal through. But no, unfortunately does get locked down with all these undeads all over the place. Leo does end up taking him out. Just a lot of damage. The battle of attrition will die first. Yeah, between the mage and between the shaman, definitely battle of attrition. And I was actually interested to see as well who's going to go down first. That was amazing. Both played really well, but the shaman came out on top. It is crazy good. Should have done some PvP between remix. Oh, good. Yeah. Honestly, technically you do have PvP in remix in Emerald Nightmare when you pick up a crystal. I did that earlier, and yes, you can hit other players with it. It is crazy. If you have like a one-shot big damage build, you could probably one-shot the entire squad. It's gonna be crazy. Imagine getting like super Giga Juice and doing that fight in particular, picking up a crystal and LFR and just wiping out the full raid. That would be hilarious. Get kicked out immediately, man. Oh, it'd be so good. Young Jay trying to see if he can scourge down Leo. Not Unholy this time, so Frost worked out really well versus Fire. But Unholy may not work as well. He is very cooldown based. I guess also Frost is very cooldown centric as well, but Leo's having to rely on the pets for a good portion of his damage. And his setup for him to get the army up and running is a little bit... It is scary, but in a different way. Because look at Leo, he cannot go and fight Young Jay. As Frost is able to get in and get a couple of death strikes and get a bit of damage here and there, trying to see if he can get a setup, ramping up an army, got all the undeads. Young Jay may have to go for a block here. There is a cauterize, but Leo just continued to press on with glowing shadows. Picked up a bunch of bursts and continued to press on in hopes that maybe the mage just doesn't react fast enough. And I think might have landed on a crit that he was looking for. This Bershka's Rogue is going to be up next. Thanks for the tip. Gonna try that? No problem. No problem. Yeah, enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. I talk about the crystal thing? Yeah, enjoy the crystal thing. The cheese. IBF Lichborn, and everything is used for Leo. Literally converting all of those runic power into death strikes or death claws on himself while Lichborn is active to try to heal. But a 45% dampening, you ain't healing nothing. This Bershka with the Cloak of Shadows catching Leo with a gout behind his back. Does Leo literally have eyes in the back of his head then? If he's able to gouge him? This Bershka does end up taking him out, swipes him out. Bird is up next. Try to see if he can land an angle onto this Bershka. Blind for reset. This Bershka, however, is going to eat that immolation aura, is going to burn a trinket. Big burst of the bird. Bird does go for a trinket as well. This Bershka try to see if he can back up out of this. Spectral Sight, however, will let you see the rogue. Does he use it? Looks like he wants to go for the normal eyes instead. Haunt? That's a hell of a sap. That's a hell of a sap, actually. Because that whole haunt animation, technically, it looks scary. It looks like it's a lot is happening, but it's just like, it's just an animation. It looks scary, but until he's like charging to you, he's not doing much. Big DFA out for this Murska. Massive burst for Bird though, and the Bird potentially might be able to reverse it onto the Rogue. The Rogue is still bleeding. Sipping up of Crimson Vial does help him survive just a little longer. Bird needs an angle. Metamorphosis around the corner. He's looking just to end this duel right now. If he has himself the backflip, vengeful retreat, he does have it. If he lands it correctly, the chase after the Rogue, he'll be in a great spot. The Rogue picking up the eye, unfortunately. But that's going to be subterfuge, I think, fading in a bit here. Cheap shot does throw the blade. But is it enough, though? Bird barely has any health, though. Getting super low. Does the Rogue take it? Bird with a bit of a blade dance at the last second. Oh, and they both take each other out. That is so good. Scripted. The content of the stream now, at this point, is definitely scripted. There ain't no way you could have a Rogue and a Demon Hunter planned it so perfectly that they both take each other out. And they both go down right next to each other. It was art. It was like quality art while also being strangely romantic. Flurry of Void is out for Curdy. Full burst set up onto Amareya. Big rapid fire. Huge burst of Curdy. Could not go for a big old rift though. It's going to be Amareya trying to see if he can reposition. Does get himself the angle. Yet another rapid fire. Big Void volume. Is going to go for full burst. Scatter for a second. Amareya may need to go for a Turtle Shell. Turtle needs to be used now. Does go for the Turtle. Being death for a second. Barely any health, but still somehow alive. I don't know if you're a Dark Ranger or if you're playing the Sentinel build. If you're Dark Ranger, maybe you'll get some healing. But Amareya is not an amazing spot right now. I think it's over. Yeah, just the dots. Dots are gonna rot him. Just Moshka catches that too. Sabo doing a lot of damage and a lot of healing, by the way. That dude versus Eric. Yo, Eric and Sabo, I think did a rematch. That was awesome. Wait, what? You can do this for some seated? Yeah. Killed each other at the same time. I think the Rogue had dots rolling on the Demon Hunter as he killed him. That or DH died, but he already had a meteor from the Eldraki Reaver mid-air. It was already launching into the Rogue and was going to take him out. It's like an effect where as you do damage, you can also like, you know, it's like an Eldraki thing. An Eldraki meteor thing. You just got to proc cosmic damage on a person or chaos damage. One of those two. Let's get another going, yeah? That was amazing. That was so good. Both Johnny as well as looks like Johnny's ready. How is this team ready? You seen with Young if the team is ready on his end. If they are, we'll go. They are beautiful. I do need to save that last duel, but the game is giving me problems. Let's do like let's do Lordaeron. I haven't done Lordaeron in a second, it feels like. Okay, Audacity, can you please stop this? Please? Nope. Audacity keeps doing this weird thing where sometimes it like tabs up. I don't hit tab, but it like tabs away from me trying to name the file. Been doing that for like ever. Here we go. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. I don't really know what's going on. Oh yeah, you're right. The tux suit. Yeah. Makes sense. People do 32s as old tanks. That's crazy. 32s and plus. Crazy work. There it is. Switch. That was a romantic moment. It really was, honestly. It was. Brothers in arms locked in battle. Fought each other to the bitter end. Yo, this is the rematch we needed. Arak versus Sabo. Last time, it was such a close game. Arak absolutely just went through every cooldown of Sabo. But at the end of the day, Sabo was able to swing out a victory. Arak is able to get himself a proper opener with full cooldowns, everything available. Sabo is looking out for him. Is going to be immediate freeze. Trying to go for a full Ring of Frost. Mass Poly instead. Is going to go for a full stun into a big meteor. Sabo does not get hit with a stun. He's able to go for a knock, however. Arak got himself a bunch of shields. Flurry is still flying in. Ice Wall is available. Is going to go for shifted power to get a lot of cooldowns. Ring of Frost catches Sabo. He's going to go for a trinket. Breaking through that wall really quickly. Arak trying to see if he can close the gap. Breath for a second. He's got flurries. He's got lots of potential damage behind the pillar. The more of that he's got, the better. He's going to go for that altar to get himself a full reset. Blink it away. Big damage out for Sabo. He has himself a sentence for a second. Eric, for the most part, was able to survive it. Blizzards it down to make it harder for the pets, as well as Sabo to keep approach. Trinket trying to see if he can land a poly. Does get a juke with regenerating, but the Earth Elemental is going to connect, unfortunately, for the regenerating. Got himself a stun with a full back behind the wall, trying not to get knocked back. Still, the knockback goes through. Sabo does have himself a huge bulwark shield up and running. Eric does have himself shields of his own. Poly yet again. It is going to be short. Ring of Frost is going to slow down Sabo. I don't think it's going to freeze him, but it is going to slow him if he's going to walk through it. And Eric may be looking for a block here, potentially. Maybe looking for a block here. He's not in an amazing spot. He's still trying to see if he can continue playing, continue running. The longer he can delay the block, the better. Does find himself in a situation where he's just back up against the wall, block to get himself a full re-heal. This may be exactly what he needs here. Sabo is able to wait out until his shield, that bulwark, is eventually going to fall off. Wall available for Sabo in case he really needs the big defenses. But Alasso catches Eric in place. Breath connects. Poly right after. Does himself the full stun. Try to see if you can remove all the buffs from Sabo. Sabo is going to have a knockback available, but Eric immediately already has himself the meteor, the knockback, everything. Has himself exactly everything he's looking for. Try to go for Poly. Does not connect. That's a juke. Eric, I think, trying to see if he can go for Mass Poly with the Shimmer, but doesn't go for the Shimmer, though. Doesn't go for the Shimmer. Does get himself the Lance. Big damage. Sabo get a proc down on. There's going to be a wall. Eric does have a second block in case he needs it. Get himself shields for a second. There goes the Ascent. Sabo picking up as much healing as he can. The more damage you can do, the more healing he can get. Breath on Sabo knocking him. It's going to be a freeze. Try to CC. That was actually Sabo's Ascent. That wasn't even Ascend. Normal Ascent. That was a proc Ascent. Massive Tempest. Eric sees it. Is going to be able to live with a sliver of his health into a block. Sabo has a trinket. Has himself a knockdown on the ground. Ascendance is available. Poly does go to juke it. Ice wall out for Eric. Using it just to trap Sabo in place with shifting power. Sabo's fighting through the wall. He's fighting through the wall, but it's going to be a breath stun into a full-on meteor. Does blink away with a spike right after. Sabo eats a huge hit. He does it underground, but those lightning bolts are actually burning through Eric. What can he do as a mage in this situation? He needs a shield. Got himself a blink. Whatever shields, whatever recovery you can get is going to be huge. Ultra for a second just to pick up a little bit of health. Shield last second is going to be purged, though. Tempest doesn't even need it. That is so much damage. I blinked and the Shaman's back to full health. Enhancement Shamans, if they can use that Maelstrom offensively, they also get a full big heal. Yeah, so they have to use a Maelstrom offensively before they could use it defensively. And he was able to get a lot of lightning bolts in. And if you're getting like Ascendance and random procs of Tempest while you're Ascendancing, that's just a lot of Maelstrom that's being spent automatically for you. Full Ascendance out for Sabo. He knows he needs to use that heal. He's going to try to keep pick up a lot of healing. Dampening not really high. The more Tempest and Lightning Bolt procs he can get, the more healing he gets. Look at him. Layering hands back to back as a Shaman. Leo, not a lot of health available. Finally, the Undeads will finally start to circle around Sabo. Leo, not a lot of health up. Sabo continues to pick up healing. Leo, super low in health. Rooted out. No stun totem. Yet another Lightning Bolt goes through. Sabo's just dominating right now. Nothing can stop this man. He's got himself big Ascent, big full burst. The Tempest is within him. He is the Tempest. He is him. Dropping down a Death Indicate to slow down Sabo. He's not going to slow it. Leo finally can heal, but a stun totem around the corner. Stun into Sabo. Knocking Leo out in the open. He does have a full bar of runic power. He can go for Death Strikes. He can maybe heal a little. Sabo needs a bit of Maelstrom. Trying to go for heal. Looking to maybe juke a kick out for Leo. He's got the pet that he can maybe get a lot of Maelstrom off of. He just could zap up and actually kills that pet. Actually just takes out that pet. Leo, AMS is up. Death Strikes are available. Trying to see if he can summon a fresh new pet, as well as get himself a full army of the deads rolling in. They got to make sure those pets are attacking Sabo. Got to make sure they're actually attacking, because that mage is not doing much. Make sure they're not passive. Make sure they're actually attacking. Big Ascend out, or Bloodlust out for Sabo. He's trying to see if he can fish for Ascendance. If he gets himself a big Lightning Bolt, maybe. It's a Maelstrom spend. He might be able to get it. But Leo, every Lightning Bolt hurts. Every Lightning Bolt hurts. Knocking the pets back. Just need one more Lightning Bolt. AMS is up. He's going to be able to hold off the Lightning Bolts. Sabo, do you have enough healing? Is going to burrow on the ground. Is going to burrow, chasing after Leo. Knocking him up in the air for a second. Do you have enough? Stun short. Does he have the damage? Oh, Leo brings it back last second. I am amazed. The Shamu power. Yeah, Shamu got a lot of power, but apparently Leo, he got perseverance. He's got the perseverance. He's got the dog in him. I can't believe he won that. And looks like Curdy's letting Leo heal up a little. because there's nobody over on team 2 that can heal him. So Leo is literally walking up, getting a couple of heals, and Curdy just chilling. Do you have first aid? Resurrection? Wait, is he just trying to be like, yeah, you know what? Let's just fight. Get in here. Or is it letting Sabo play? Is resing Sabo? And Sabo is healing? But is Sabo trying to fight him? Does Sabo want revenge? Wait a second. An unexpected turn of events. Sabo's trying to see if he can kill him from the dead. Sabo wins at the end. I know that technically Sabo lost that, but looks like Curdy decided just to resurrect Sabo. He decided, you know what? You still have a fight in you, my champion. I am not sure what that was all about. Maybe Curdy's given up his spot to Sabo to let him get a proper chance to continue dueling. I am not sure, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Maybe Sabo is like, he's his last match. He's like, hey, can I go again? Can I take your spot? Sabo's given a second chance. Can he do it? Bird looks like he's going to be able to take him out potentially. Sabo picking up a little bit of health. Wall still in. I'm just rolling with the chat. I have no idea what's happening. It is unfair, but I'm rolling with it. It is an unexpected turn of events, but you got to adjust with it. You got to adapt with it. You got to adapt with the duels as they happen. Bird is continuing to try to see if he can put Sabo in the dirt. Sabo able to get a lot of Bird's damage, stunned right after. Bird knocked back for a second. Sabo does end up getting slain. Curtis gonna resurrect him again? Bird is gonna have to stop him, right? Even Bird is like, what is happening? Do I have to kill Curdy? Is that Curdy's mission? To resurrect Sabo? He bows to him. Bird picking up a little bit of health. The bird guides him. Yeah, the bird guides him. Okay. That's interesting. All right. I am not sure why you resurrected it, but you know what? Sabo does bring him back from the DK. Oh my god. All right, Curdy. All right. The priest Curdy. All right, Bird and Kurt. Are you guys gonna fight or just gonna wait? Or just waiting for Bird to get his health back? If only that recuperate ability worked in arenas. At least in these duels, right? When you have, let's say if you haven't taken damage in 30 seconds or something, maybe 15, you could just go for regenerating. That'd be kind of cool. If I had that, like if I had controls over the 5v5 1v1 duels and like control the dampening, all those things, I'd let you guys like, yo, you could recuperate. If it looks like the other person's just giving the other, you know, if it's like somebody's trying to give the other person an honorable match and just waiting for him to heal up, I would let you guys recuperate. Curdy is just going to go for full VE, massive damage, fear on the Bird. That is going to be massive Rift. And Bird, however, does take damage from the Rift. Looking to catch up as much healing as he can, picking up a few souls, but the constant damage he's taking is just a lot. Shadow Crest does connect, get him some shields last second, but Curdy just got himself lots of output. And he's just continuing to fight on with Belly going to be up next, spearing Curdy down, disperse, as well as Desperate Prairie keeping him alive. Will need to use everything he can to get away from the warrior. He's going to blink around a little bit here. Reflect up for Belly. Trying to see if he can land himself a kick. Stun short on the Belly. Fear does of Zerkers and that raging blow taking him out. Well done, well done. With Gossip, we're going to be up next. My sides are hurting from laughing things guys said. You did that one from that res? And they just walked up and killed Johnny. Like, look, I have no idea what happened. I don't know what to say. I don't understand what that was all about, the res. I just went with it. I just went with it. Because you know what? It's an event like this in a duel arena that tells a tale. That tells a story. And the story is the Tempest piece of death, like, no matter what. Gossip try to see if he can get away from Belly, and Belly is so far just putting pressure on these casters. Priest went down. Gossip may just drop down here. Every raging blow is just pain, especially if he's a Slayer, right? If he's a Slayer, he's a Slayer. Oh, he's slaying. He is slaying, all right. He's gonna be the Rogue next. He's trying to see if he can whirlwind the Rogue out in the open. He definitely is a Slayer. Then disarm onto the Rogue. Needs to pick up as much health as possible. Does get disarmed as well. I don't know if he has a fear available. Defensive stance jumping into that rear quickly. Zerker Rage breaking out of it very, very fast. Massive hit onto the Smirchka and he bakes out of there. The Rogue does back up out of it. Hopefully he left Belly with a bleed of rupture. Leaping in. Oh, he's just chasing right after the Rogue. He has no idea how close he was to the Rogue in that leap. He has no idea how close he was to the Rogue with that leap. It was about revenge. A tale of revenge. A tale as old as time. Revenge. The sucker that's so sweet yet bitter for the soul. It's sweet, feels sweet in the moment, but your honor is gone. With revenge, especially with that type of revenge, like he got rezzed and then took him out where he had no cooldowns, right? Well, I had no idea what the hell's going on, right? You just stood there waiting, let the rest happen, like, what is happening? And then all of a sudden just jumps him. A story of revenge for certain. Amareya got Flare down, has everything here. Binding Shot does get dropped in, I think just randomly to see if he can catch the rogue. Eyes, one is secured, and Smirchka is heading over in that direction, but doesn't pick it up. But maybe might commit. He's really close to the eye. Flares are still getting thrown in the middle, and the Smirchka is nowhere near there. As a rogue, normally you wouldn't go hanging out in the middle specifically. I remember way back when I missed rogue by like 2 inches in the stealth 5v5 duels. Yeah, you've been pretty good at that. Getting really close to rogues. Now Smirchka so far catches. Oh, I guess the camo does fall off, which is Amareya. Does avoid all the freezing traps. Pet sack instantly in order to try to reduce the damage. So for the Smirchka, not all of his hits are going to go through. That crit is not happening. Cheap shot, disarm right after, does get himself the wall to follow, trying to see if he can back away from the rogue. Immediate blind, no more trinket for Amareya. The Smirchka does get hit with the chimeric poison. Does go for a wall, volley down, but it's more playing defensive volley here. Flare down, you gotta get some traps out. He's expecting for the rogue to charge him, but it's not happening. Gotta make sure you're in between of your traps. The rogue does get hit with a knockback into a stun though. That was kind of cool looking. That looked kind of cool. Might be a turtle shell immediately here. Does go for turtle. You put a dot on him. If Amareya has a dot, it's over. Freezing trap is kind of cool looking too. You need a camo, you need a heal. I think it's over maybe. Sap? I'm not sure what happened. I was almost expecting for him to catch a camo or I don't know, get a slope, but like I'm just kind of waiting. Saba did pick up the second one. You know, Saba does get himself a dirty kill. It is a kill, just a dirty one. But I guess counts. GG, thanks for having me. Thanks for popping in, man. Always happy to have you. Alrighty, boys. Let's get us another one going, yeah? Uno mas, uno mas, uno mas. Yo, that's a lot of haste on a Windwalker. Actually, haste is good, isn't it? I do not need haste. No, haste is very good for Windwalker. You don't need more haste, but like haste is very good. I'm pretty sure you got like no OCD on some of your abilities with that much haste, right? Johnny and Young, let me know when you guys are both good to go. I think Johnny needs +1, or if not Young. One of those two will need a +1. But yeah, let me know when we're good. Hunter nearly got the rogue with a trap. They start mad. Was it actually? I like that knockback into a binding shot. That would look cool as hell. But at that point, unfortunately, the Hunter didn't have a trinket by then, so it was like, oh, he's just gonna take a lot of damage. But it looked really cool. Alright, Johnny. Looking for a couple. If y'all want to join, oh, Johnny needs a bunch. More than a couple. If y'all want to join Johnny, boys, you're more than welcome to him. More. One of them login. Okay, he just needs stream. He just needs stream. I'm gonna double check. Ooh. Hey, X, want to join 5v5 duels? Question mark. X ONYXIA. I could get him in maybe if he doing duels. Bayek, yo. Duels. Go. Okay. I'm gonna sign up, Johnny. I'm gonna sign up. I'm gonna suggest a guy. Okay, real quick. Don't pass me lead. I'm just gonna suggest a dude real quick. With 140 mastery, I was sending 7 million slice units per target. That's crazy work. Dude, I need gear to be able to do what you do. So, suggest invite. Hopefully that works. Suggested Shiboshi works. And back up out. They'll get a +1. So they just did 1. Because they still got a guy relogging. Let me see if I can get anybody else. Bayek could join. That would be a paladin. I know people don't like playing against paladins, but that is a guy we could invite. That is a homie we can get in. Although again, people do not like paladins. So yeah. You know? Celestial Conduit was also hitting 25 mil in us team. What are you telling me these things? Oh, you guys got 5. Nice. Team ready? Double checking with Young. And we'll go. To be honest, I DK how I killed the Jonas I locked in. Hell yeah. Did a good job, man. Did some big raging blows too. Gorgeous. You gotta love that Fury update with Slayer, don't ya? It's so good. It is so good. Let's do a block or cold, I guess. That's a good arena. Yeah, Jake, anytime you're like, yo, this ability hits hard, this ability hits hard, I'm just trying to wait until my big hammer hits hard. That's all I want, man. I just want... Oh, Bayek is in. Okay. Oh, we got Shiboshi and Bayek. Okay, so it's 2 Palas. What we might have to do is we might have to send one of the Palis over for the team 1, because when you have one team with that many Paladins, they're usually going to be the winner of everything. Palis are tough. Palis are tough. In 1v1 at least. The moment when the DK is shocked how an undead shaman is. Yeah, an undead shaman came back and just slaps him. Yeah. Let's see if we get more of that. If Red had their tier set remix, it would be so crazy. Yeah, hammer into hammer into a hammer. Because you build up the capstone so quickly for additional hammers too. Bayek the legend. Bayek is really good, man. Bayek is very good. Crazy with Fury. Yeah. It was greatest Slayer. I imagine it's super good. Imagine it's super good. I like how they added that whole like thing where you can like cleave with Rage Blow, and that will actually cleave with the Blade Storm, the mini Read the Storms. I love it. It's so good. Good push. Got ourselves Young. Looks like gonna be first up as an Arcane Mages this time around. Versus Bird. Hit him with a stun. Immediate blink out of the mage. Bird closing the gap. I-beam right after. And Young just tried to see if he could reposition. Got himself the big hunt connecting breath right after. It's going to be tricking out of Bird just to see if he can keep the pressure rolling. And does get an interrupt onto Young. Ultra Charm is available. Does Bird connect? Does he continue the damage? Continue the pressure? Technically, oh, never mind. I was going to say Vengeful Retreat, but he didn't have it actually. I was going to say technically could get out of that CC, but actually could not. Actually, at the time, he could not. Young does go for the big shield play, it looks like. So Bird, as long as he can get in there while the shields are down, he should be able to do a lot of damage. Just every single time he's got to worry about the breath or roots. That's going to be unfortunately difficult to deal with. Does go for the stun. Blink out of the mage. Young trying to see if he can get away. I-beam does connect. That's going to be Bird actually backing up out of the Young with an invis. Bird is not going to commit. He's going to back up out of there. Let the mage roam. The more glaives you can throw in for that constant damage, I think that is going to help a little. Because those bleeds do a decent bit of damage. Like you do, look, if you look at his health bar, it does go down. Whenever shields are not up, those glaives do end up doing a decent bit of overall damage. Does go for a poly with Young trying to see if he can wait out until he got himself a proper go here. He does need to get himself a proper setup. He got barrages. He can just keep spamming those as much as possible. Young, while his shields are not up, that's an opportunity for Bird to make a play. Does go for the meta. Big glaive getting sent in. Does interrupt him on Arcane. Able to barely clip him with a blade dance towards like the tail end of it. And they're just kind of waiting. If you're careful, you can Vengeful Retreat. He's just going to go up in the air. He's just going to try to see if he can barrage you down. Does get like 1 or 2 lances. But Young, unfortunately, does have no mobility in order to escape behind the pillar or into the room, I guess. And the mage does end up... Was that reverse? I think he does reverse it. Reverse blink said Poly right after Bird. Kind of get it locked out in the open. Evocation with an Arcane Surge. As Young trying to see if he can just get the barrages in. With an Imprison right after. For Bird, he got himself a fear. He just... And he does get himself a little bit of those souls off of Young too. That is really, really good. So yeah, if you could go for Imprison or Fear and then rip some souls out of him, that gives you a lot of recovery before dampening gets super high. And Young is actually taking quite a decent bit of damage. Stun does not have an out here easily. That's a huge potential cleave damage for Bird. It's gonna go for a kick. Young does go down. Normally, I think a mage does run circles around Demon Hunter, but Bird was careful. Sigil of Fear, give himself a quick heal. Land a thing. Young blinks. That's an opportunity for me to stun. See if I can punish him. So he basically has to wait and play it safe until he finds an opportunity to punish the mage. That's all he can really do. Charges the Gossipy. Does get hit with a disarm. Vengeful Retreat is going to actually remove that disarm in case you need it. Sigil of Spite, I don't think actually connects with any souls from those trees. Trees are confirmed soulless beings, unfortunately. Gossipy does go for a quick roar into an Entangle and Roots. Bird cannot do much. Does get himself a Vengeful Retreat to catch up to Gossipy and flip into wrong person here, unfortunately. Bird with a potential cleave, big blade dance, chaos strikes, but it's going to be an insta root out for Gossip. Just keeping the guy at a distance. Full pets are in. Incarnation is up. Disarm for a second. Does go for a few immunity. Can get CC technically, but does not take the damage into a prison. Just pick up some souls from the guy, and is going to go flying up in the air, bombarding him. Gossip knows standing there while Bird is able to attack him. Technically, he could DPS race him from a distance, but it's a lot of damage that Bird is going to go while he's up in the air. It is just a ton of damage in general. Cannot break out of the root, unfortunately. Does charge a Gossip, hits him with a stun. Blade Dance right after. Has Metamorphosis in case he needs to. A Cyclone, unfortunately, is going to connect. And Gossip can give an opportunity to at least get himself a little bit of healing. But for Bird, I think he's in an okay spot. Does get rooted with sounds from a distance. Break it out for a second. That Dryad is going to be very, very painful if you're in front of it. Bird may just have to go for a meta here. May just have to go for meta and do whatever damage to heal I-Beam, but it's going to be Star Surges back to back. Unfortunately, Star Surges are going to do a lot of damage, especially with the Dryad building up the damage for Gotsuki to have even more Star Surge damage of his own. It is tough, man. It is definitely tough. Not an easy matchup whatsoever. But is given a honor duel by Leo. Probably not going to be a great matchup here either. And not big fan of videos make me sad to be a warrior main though. Yo, Thomas, what do you mean? Sad to be a warrior main. How are warriors looking that bad at midnight? What's happening, man? What's happening? I love me some warrior. I think they're in a pretty good spot right now in War Within. Like in season 3 for Mythic Plus in particular, that Blade Storm thing they do, Reap the Storm, Rage and Blow combo. It is pretty good right now. But I gotta double check him. Bird isn't the word. Apparently Bird isn't the word. That is true. Gossip is sitting in the stealth. Leo does pick up the eye, so he does see what Gossip is. That insta root, insta silence. I think Gossip was just gonna wait out until Incarnation is up, just get some dots on a Leo. But yeah, he does not want to fight him whatsoever. Using whatever mobility he can to just break away from the guy ASAP. Maybe to go for like a roar potentially if Leo just does not relent. Gossip is just waiting it out. He got Barskin, may just have to have a go here. Disarm as the silence trades with Leo. Still got a lot of breath there, but stun right after Gossip, bear form, Heart of the Wild, everything available. Looking for a heal. Roar, clone it to Leo. Does he trinket? He does not trinket. He can't trinket. So Gossip is able to actually avoid a lot of the burst damage. He just needs a lot of healing. He needs a lot of recovery. He's got quite a decent bit of it though. So AMS out for Leo. Gossip, all he can go is your bear form. Incarnation, maybe can go Incarn, does get Incarn, does get the Dryad, that is potential lots of damage. He just needs to keep the pressure onto Leo as best as possible, does disarm him. Whatever Star Surges he have, whatever damage that the Dryad is gonna do is also helpful, but the pets, however, they are gonna fade. Leo's is gonna fade out, wait out for the pets to fade. He's not gonna fight him. And I think it's a good idea to respect Druid's burst, because Boomkins right now do have this like pet thing going on with trees and Dryad and everything. Those things all do a lot of damage. So for Gossip, he's able to at least get himself back up out of there ASAP. Quick blind onto Gossi. Trinkets to follow. Root silence on Leo. Just continue to rush away from him as best as possible with the disarm. So Leo can't really get himself a setup. Got himself the trees. And potentially maybe can get himself some damage, but a silence Gossip back in the bear for Barskin, nowhere to go, he's just stuck. That's going to be yet another group. One more obliterate is all Leo needs. Doesn't even need obliterate actually. He just needed to wait for that sigil to eventually explode. It does, oh no, sigil, Reaper's Mark to eventually explode, and does end up taking him out unfortunately. For 1v1s, it seems like their warriors are really quite at a disadvantage. Maybe I'm garbage. No, you're right. No, warriors are definitely at a disadvantage. Definitely. I feel like warriors were slamming. We have Cracker here a lot more. Crackers have been playing classic. Warriors are a lot better there. a lot better there. They're very, very powerful on there. But yeah, in 1v1, War Within, yeah, not great. Not amazing. Sabo, he's just healing himself. He's just healing himself. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I think maybe a Reaper's Mark proc or something. Leo does get locked down. The Rogue, however, is a bit of a counter for Leo to deal with. That is a lot of damage. Does get himself the cheat death. Nispershka just tried to see if he can stay in and just end the duel right here. He could go for evasion. He's going to slow down blind for a second. Leo got himself a lot of bursts. Going to be a trinket out for Nispershka, but the stun comes through after the trinket flows. That's going to be a blind vanish to reset cloak to make sure he gets himself a clean escape. And Leo does have a human ratio to break out of a stun. He might just go for food. You could distract him. Hit him with a distract. That also breaks food as well. That also breaks food and water. If somebody's trying to mana up, hit him with a distract, and sometimes they don't even notice it. But this person could get himself a sap. Sap, still gonna go for food. He's gonna have to get in there. Cheap shot, does have a human racial. Second cheap shot AMS up for Leo. Kaspersky, if he has himself any burst, he could end the duel right here. Root out by Leo. Waiting it out. He knows to respect the rogue whenever he's got burst. And evasion. Knows to respect the rogue when you got that evasion. Gouge, just trying to see if it can walk out of there. Leo got a lot of damage, and Kaspersky got himself movement. He needs to wait until stun DRs are gone. Stun DRs are gone. I think actually Kaspersky does win this. As long as stuns are airtight, there's nothing Leo can do. Yeah, that is exactly it. As long as you got stuns that are airtight, there's nothing that you can do about it. Shaboshi, I'm gonna mess up your name super hard, but his name is S-H-A-B-O-S-H-I, Shaboshi. Shabo? I can call him Shabo. It's like Sabo, but like, you know, I'm giving it like a little sh at the top. It's like, yeah, it's like Sabo, Shabo. Like, it's, there's no easy way to like give this man a nickname or something, man. There just isn't. Shaboshi though does get hit with a stun. Gonna be a stun out for him instead. Wake of Ashes, Dawnlight rolling a rogue without a Cloak of Shadows. Kaspersky can banish out. He's got himself Sippy Cup, but he cannot get away from the rogue. He's taking the rogue on a Walkman. He's got him on a leash right now. He literally has this rogue on a leash. Oh man. And I think the Dawnlight just eats the rogue apart, right? It just might eat away at him. Does catch a resell for a quick second, but not out enough to land a sap onto the Pala. Unless he does have a gouge, but it doesn't matter. Sabo versus Shabo are going to be up next, though. Call everybody Bo, easy fix. Yeah, Bo. You can call everybody a Bo. Bo, I think, right? That's a reference from a time. That's a reference from a time. Full ascend out for Shabo. Shaboshi might be in a bit of trouble. Bubble does not go through. He spent a global going offensive, but instead always save a global for a bubble. And Ciara gonna be up next, trying to go for a huge go versus Sabo. Almost got the name wrong there for a second. But Sabo does get hit with still in the middle of the Dawnlight. Lightning bolts are doing work. Oh, look at that lightning bolt. Do you see that from a distance? That thing did work. It was out for Ciara, but he does get hit with a stun totem. Unfortunately, trying to see if he can get himself a proper setup. Big totems are down onto Sabo. Sabo with a full stun. Polly right after. He just tried to control Sabo as best as he can. Big block of ice right after. He's still got Earth Elemental and all those things chasing after him. But Ciara does at least get still cooldowns for a second here. Unfortunately, he can't really do much to build up their cooldowns even further. Like, build up crossfire bolts or anything like that for even more of a damage amp. But yeah, actually, do mages even run that? I don't think they do they? Probably don't. Not a PvP. It's just too much of a ramp up. Although I do remember at some point that we were running it. It was really, really strong. Like if you can build it up, it is crazy good. Totem down, but Totem barely did anything for Sabo, so it looks at Ciara. Trying to see if he can take him out with a Glacial Spike. Is going to be able to spike him. Big shatter. Not enough to go off Sabo. Trying to go for a knock up onto Ciara. Got himself Blackie Bolt, so he's trying to see if he can keep the range gameplay going. The Tempest versus the Frostfire. Which one is going to win? Stun Totem around the corner. Ciara does go for a block. Sabo does need to get himself damage. He can't really build up Maelstrom off of a block, although he can fire off lightning bolts and get himself whatever healing he can. But at 62% dampening, you're barely having any healing. Polly, last second, right before the breath breaks, and it's going to be Ciara backing himself out of there. He is going to go to re-Polly with the Meteor, trying to see if he can go for any bit of shatter damage onto Sabo. Does wall this damage. Ciara will have a stun totem later, or a stun for him later. Knocked and interrupted on Frost, and will not be able to block for a second. If you get kicked on Frost, you're in a really tight spot. Sabo trying to see if he can get himself a proper angle here. Trying to see if he can get himself some kind of a decent setup. Big Tempest does go through either way. Breath does go for a trick and with a full ascent and trying to see if he can take the pressure into Bike just absolutely melting to the damage. For Sabo, there was a random ascent too. Wasn't even a proper ascent. But it looks like he's going to get sent to heaven by Bayek. With Curdy being the last one left. I like his whole look. That umbrella, the ebony look, everything, even the banner on top of his head being all purple. It is perfect, isn't it? It is perfect. It's so good looking. Bike is the last one left. Is given an opportunity to sit down, eating some mana buns. Eating Ciara's mana buns out here. I hate how the hands clip through like the dress part of that set. Is it just me? I kind of hate it. Like, I really don't like it. I hate it. I feel like they need to give dwarves some different animations. You know what I mean? Like even humans at least will sit crisscross and their hands are not clipping down like that. But for dwarves, they weren't designed to wear robes. Like literally it doesn't feel like they were designed for that. But I feel like if they were to put their hands up a little, maybe around like the knee area or whatever, that could work too. Just a slight adjustment. Curdy just getting hit with a blind. After another blind, fading for a second, is going to need to use everything he can to survive Bayek. Is he going to go for burst or disperse here? If he's going to go for burst, VE together with it, Spell Warden, he has to go for disperse. He has to go for disperse. Unless you can match the spell that Spell Warden, he does have to go for disperse, unfortunately. Imagine if he had Shammy Res again. It'd be hilarious, dude. It'd be the funniest thing. I think for Curdy, however, it might be light. He does get himself last bit of healing, but Bayek is just a lot of damage. As a Retribution Paladin, it's just a lot of damage. Saba does pick up 2, by the way. Not the most damage. Apparently, that came from Bird. And Bayek also pick it up 2. Well done, well done. Love seeing it. I love that random ascent from Bayek, from Saba, by the way. He literally pressed Storm Strike and he ascended. And that's what killed the mage. He didn't even mean to. At least I don't think he did. Crazy. Crazy, crazy work out of those two. Alright, let me check. Johnny's good. Team check. Checking in on my man, Young J. Why is it doing that? Down 40. There we go. Alright, we send it back in, boys. We send it back into, I think, Tiger's Peak. Getting a lot of games out tonight, Gam. It's probably good that we get as many games as we can, because I don't think I'll do duels tomorrow. I think we're just going to do a remix. And I'll probably stream a lot earlier. Well, actually, maybe we'll do this. Maybe I'll stream super early, and if we have, like, the NA homies are all on, then maybe we'll still do duels. Outside of just remix. Sewers? Oh, yeah, Dalaran Sewers will be a good one, too. I actually don't like looking at Dalaran Sewers as much post-duels. Just the environment I'm not a huge fan of, like, just visually. Just eyeballs, specifically. But it's okay. Did Shaman get buffed? Yes, they did, actually. They got Storm Strike buffed up in PvP 45% and Lightning Bolt 20%. They got damage buffs, but that's really about it, though. Seems like a while since I've seen them, especially in 2s. Been a while since I saw... yeah, it's been a second. They did get buffed up, so maybe you'll be seeing them here and there, but I think they really needed a survivability buff more than anything. Like, damage is fine, but it's usually survivability. They usually get trained pretty hard. But yeah, it is good. It is a good buff for Twitch. I just wish they did more. Gots agree, Oran Team 1. Is he going to be first up? No, it's going to be Sabo. Sabo is back for vengeance, baby. The Bishop is back for vengeance. Look at that set. It looks so good. So good. Bayek, though. A match of the century. The Shaman versus the Pally. Trinkets out of the blind into the stun. Searing Glare out for Bayek. And Sabo is going to have to eat that Searing Glare. Does get himself a Bulwark. So he's actually using defenses pretty aggressively here. Bayek taking a lot of hits, though. May be able to get a lot of cooldowns out of for Bayek. But he's going to be able to get himself some movement out of here. And backing himself away from Sabo. Letting the dot rot him down as best as possible. Sabo trying to see if he catch up. Lightning bolts are flying. That Shield of Addons does get a pop from a distance. Sabo is going to have to use everything he can to lock Bayek in place. Does Bayek... oh, he used the Dwarven Racial. I was going to say, like, why is this Trinket on cooldown? But the Dwarven Racial does remove it. Wait, Sabo might be lagging a little. Unfortunately, Sabo might be lagging a little. Does knock Bayek. Bayek cannot get the Dawn Light on him all that easily. Is going to be able to get the dots. The Dawn Light damage did get nerfed, by the way, by 50%, didn't it? The Dawn Light damage did actually get nerfed. I forgot that happened this week, actually. I forgot that happened. Spell Warden out. However, Sabo does have some physical damage. If he got up to Doom wins, that is going to get him more autos. Actually, they changed it to like Storm Strike damage, didn't they? So I think it's still physical damage that it's going to go through Spell Warden, isn't it? But they changed how the Doom win stuff works a little. But it normally would have been really good for physical damage. Bayek with the Downlight on Sabo, but maybe looking for a defensive play. Shield of it is back up. Sabo needs to find a way to pop that shield while keeping Bayek away. They got himself big bloodlust. Doomwins is also available. Bayek trying to see if he can back himself out of there. Sabo continued to purge. Bayek's cooldowns. Lay on hands as he drops super low. Sabo almost clobbered him down. Sabo does not have a trinket, unfortunately. He does have Burrow Underground, so he's going to have to be very, very careful with it. Blind into Searing Glare. Sabo is going to back up out of that. Dawnlight damage is going to sting a little. When is going to be next stun out of Bayek is the question. There's a stun, but a rooted out. He's still got a little bit of damage. He's got the Dawn Light. As long as Sabo got a steady supply of Maelstrom where he can use lightning bolts, he can get himself heals and maintain himself. He might decide to burrow on the ground here. Bubble out. Bubble and immunity. Sabo back it up out of there. Sabo has a trinket with ascendance of everything. Sabo actually has a chance. Big ascend out. He needs to get wind strikes away from onto Bayek. Does give him some massive tempest. Big heal. He needs more damage. And he does take it. He takes it. He actually takes it. I can't believe he brought it back in. He takes it back, baby. When is the last time you've seen an enhancement shaman go toe-to-toe with a red paladin? It's been ages. Oh, it's been ages. But Blizzard did end up nerfing red this week, specifically Dawn Light damage in particular. And I think it's noticeable. I think it's noticeable. It gave Sabo enough of a chance to survive. Barely, though. Barely. It was a really close duel. It wasn't easy. It wasn't a gimme. But he does win it. When is the last time we saw a shaman pull these kind of feats? Oh, Ciara, by the way, hell of a mug. By the way, this whole set that Ciara's wearing, fantastic set, by the way, classic. They're getting an updated version. And it's still cheeked up. It is crazy good. If you guys have not seen it, follow me on X/Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I post a bunch of cool stuff that I find. You should see the sets. It looks so good. It's just such a good set. Wait, Ciara, are you okay? Stop stood still for a second. I'm not sure what was happening. Does go for the block behind the pillar. Someone just walks up and just clobbers it. He's got adrenaline running through his veins, dude. He is the shaman. He doesn't have the tempest in it. It's just raw adrenaline. Those lightning, it's not the elements giving him access to lightning bolts. It's just, he's just got so much raw aura. He's conjuring lightning bolts by his will. He's not a shaman. He's just a random, like literally a normal NPC orc from Orgrimmar, but he just has so much aura, he's able to conjure elements to his side. And I think it's going to take Ciara. Combustion is in play. Sabo needs everything to survive here. You're waiting on combustion. Does survive it. Going for as much healing as he can. Who's up next? Whoever it is, looks like they're giving Sabo an opportunity here. Either it's going to be Leo. Looks like it's Bird. Does Bird give him an honorable match? Sitting down for food. And he's giving him that honorable match. Sabo is given a chance. Given a chance. Channeling the essence of Thrall. Yes, he is. Literally, dude. Literally. Yo, if he gets 3 kills in a row, honorary Thrall. What a knock. Wait, what? Wait, did that hunt get juked? Did that hunt get gypped? It looked like he started the hunt and stopped it. I think he actually just canceled it. I think he just canceled his own hunt. Does end up going for a full immunity here with a Nether Ward. Full fear into a imprison onto Sabo. Does connect with that hunt. Sabo still has the big tempest. Mad damage. What is this? You blink and you miss the hits. Are they sending another paladin at you? Oh no, it's Leo. That is a tough matchup. He got 3 though. And a paladin is one of them. But he got 3. Sabo does not have a trinket. He's got burrow underground. No ascendance. So he's walking into this duel without anything. I don't think the cards are in his favor anymore. The elements, I don't know if they still have them. Silence, he does burrow underground. However, he is literally a mole, and moles cannot cross chains. That is a little too tough. They can't jump while underground, so literally couldn't do much. Got taken out. I can smell another res for revenge. Imagine if Curdy walks up and just reses him again. Rise, champ, our champion of Team 1. Rise back to victory. Rise and claim back more victory. Okay, I would... Maybe that could be a rule of like, you give up your spot, but you get to res him, but you don't get the chance to play. So like you res him, but then you gotta dip. So it's like you almost giving him your spot. Probably shouldn't do that. I actually want to see variety. I'd rather see variety of duels. Leo does go with a big Reaper Scythe onto Curdy. Does shrink it out of the silence. Try to get himself a cast. You get interrupted. No disperse for a second. Age is proccing. Does get a stun onto Leo. Maybe disperse. Does go for disperse. 30% dampening. Still has himself at least a little bit of health that he can rebuild while disperse is active. So he's able to recover some. He is gonna have to get a full set of go or damage onto Leo at some point. He got a silence too. Technically, if you silence Leo, he can interrupt you. So if you do go for a silence, you can just cast on Leo's face if you are gonna do it. It might as well be like a lockout, because that interrupt for them is a spell. It is a spell for Death Knights. It is still coded as a spell from like the days of Wrath of Lich King, because it used to be a spell that did some damage and kicked you. But yeah, full burst. I don't know if Curdy lives this. It's way too many sites, way too much damage. Full lockdown, breath active. Literally, the frosty death is in play. Literally, out of all the snow, you can literally see the skull form around that helm. There's just not much you can do about it. Rude. Silence. Gossagry sending a bunch of these Star Sorters at Leo. Back it up out of it. That's a lot of pets. Death strikes are through, but Gossagry is on a chase. Gossagry is pushing in. That, I think, is the right moment here. He got to be pushing in whenever he's got full cooldowns like that. I think he definitely does have to do it. Leo is actually not looking all that hot right now. Not feeling all that good. He's trying to see if he catch up to Goss and maybe hit him with a blind silence combo and get some death strikes, but Goss is looking for a reset. Death and Decay is not helping him. Roar does not connect, unfortunately. I don't know if you can meld into a Prowl stun. Meld Prowl stun could have been really, really good too. He does have Pest that he can summon up. If he goes for trees. He got the Dryad, he just needs the trees as well. Heart of the Wild, Silence to Follow, God's on the defensive. This gives Leo an opportunity to potentially make some damage happen. Disarm to Leo during his Apex Burst. Gossett needs a little bit more damage. I don't know if trees would do the trick. Big Obliterate out for Leo with a Reaper Scythe right after. Is it Young J next? It looks like it is going to be Young J as a Frost Mage this time. Or is he looking at the Sprushka? No, it looks like he is going to be up next. It has given Leo a chance for an honorable match. Love the honorable matches, boys. I would res Leo each time he dies. Prob would be fun with the other team. Oh yeah, imagine just keeping res Leo. Yeah, so maybe we shouldn't do the res thing. We shouldn't make res thing a regular thing. The only time I think it's fine to res if it, like, somebody gets like gypped. Right, let's say you have somebody run out duels and somebody is like two people thought that they were dueling, or maybe somebody didn't really know how duels work and they just 2v1 somebody. Right, some shenanigans happens, and then you're like, all right, let's give the person who got gypped a proper run, a res, right, so they actually get a proper chance. I think stuff like that is fine, but yeah, make it a regular mechanic to incorporate it into the 5v5 dueling arena, where we're trying to keep things really light. Not a good idea. Young maybe looking for a block, does go for the block. That is a lot of damage out for Leo. Does have Ultra, is going to give him some recovery. It is, however, reduced by dampening. At some point it changes, so it does get reduced by healing reduction effects, because it is a heal technically. But technically it sets your health to a certain percentage when you alter, but they did, I think, turn it into pretty much a heal. Essentially. And they made it so it does get reduced by dampening and Mortal Strike and things like that. Because that is a heal. Although, by the way, they're going to give him that alter that automatically alters when you get like to 25% health. So they're giving him like a huge alter. It is interesting looking. It is interesting. You don't have to hit it yourself. It'll just automatically proc when you drop 25% health. Young trying to see if he can lock down Leo. Full Shatter Burst combo. IBF to break out of the stun. Trying to continue to swipe Death Strikes off of Young with a block on that silence, but he can't really do much. He also did use his big burst together with these Reaper's Mark, and that procs. So Young no longer has to worry about it. Leo is kind of just stuck out here. AMS for a second. Young trying to see if he can back up out of here as quickly as he can. We'll need to reposition if possible. Breath last minute. Try to go for a big, nope. No mind. He just made him a duck. It is Bershka? I don't think this Bershka can let Leo catch a reset, right? I don't think he can. I feel like it would be, yeah. I don't think he would be able to. He can't. If he wants to have a chance to fight Leo and the Paladin right after, he has to take out Leo. It is a rogue. It is part of a class fantasy. You can hate it, but this is what pick coward performance looks like. Even dodging the breath, by the way. That was some cool moves. Just juked it. That was some cool stuff. Wasn't even worried. Does take out Leo. And Shaboshi gonna be last one left. Is he gonna give the rogue a chance here? I mean, the rogue didn't give Leo a chance, so I guess I kind of like the way the horse runs, by the way. I kind of like the way that thing runs. Does the Paladin Charger from the remix run like that? I don't think it does. I actually kind of want the horse now. I want it. This Bershka does have Cloak, does have Evasion, is going to go for a Vanish, still has another Vanish available. Cloak Shot is right after, but looks like Shaboshi does still find him. Looks like maybe some kind of dot was still on him either way. Maybe looking for another Vanish here, potentially. Blind may give him the out, but I think might just have advantage. Smoke Bomb, is it enough? Does stealth. Shaboshi does not have AoE. Actually, he does. Never mind. This guy has a sixth sense. We catch a rogues. I know that Leo got 4, but honestly, I think all of them did good. The highlight for that match for me was Sabo. So don't get me wrong, I'm probably going to end up making Sabo the highlight for that one. Do you need a body? Okay. Let's get you guys a +1. If you guys want to join, you're more than welcome to. Hi, Mol. Here we go. Alrighty. 5V5 1v1 Duels. Leo's ready. Alright, we need... Somebody's queued for something. Oh. Give it a second. Is this Sabo? Somebody's queued for something. Leave queue so I can list plus. If anybody's in queue for something, you will not be able to for me to list up. So somebody go first. Bike wants a rematch. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. I will let him know. Let me see if I can tell Sabo. Sabo, Paladin wants a rematch. We'll see. If I can get us as a +1, we'll have the rematch. Otherwise, yeah. I will let him know. Just done the whole low runner of Ultra Runner in 2 hours. That's pretty good. Hell yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I definitely need to spend some time with it. So far, dude, when Legion Remix launched, it launched... I feel like I would have had so much more time with Legion Remix is if I wasn't raiding Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I didn't realize how much of my time, my precious time, I sink during those Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday days. 3 hours where I could have made progress with Legion Remix, which I spent on like wiping on Soul Hunter, the wiping on Saldahar, and then another wiping on Saldahar as well. I can't wait for this proc to be over, man. Just for us to take like that 2 or 1 week break and I could just do everything else. Love into ONYXIA HD update. What? A what? Which would update animation for OG Malance? Yeah, same. Same. Things get better and easier the longer remix is up. Yeah, no, they do. Yeah, they do get better. I like being on the forefront of that whole, like, you know, of the whole content and having a lot of fun with it early on. Yeah, that's what I like. It's like, well, if you think you might be behind, you'll catch up quick. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I still just need to, yeah, Paladin's a pretty crazy strong in duels, that's for sure. But yeah, I just need to like spend some time getting through the zone and the next zone and the next zone. Just need to spend some time chipping away at it, you know? But yeah, so far I've only been able to like, you know, hop on, get my raids out of the way and get some mythic pluses here and there, but definitely have not been able to like really push content, which I've been wanting to. It's really fun. I'm like at a point where I'm like, I'm done with the raid and I just want to keep playing more remix because I've been having so much fun with it, you know? Bought everything off the first vendors right now. I pretty much also bought just about everything. I don't have all the mounts bought because I might level some characters. Feeling really bad today. You know, oh no, you all good health-wise? Hope you feel better, bud. Have this stuff already on the account. Yeah, no, I also look, because like you gotta use those, it's so much easier when you use those tracking, achievement tracking or mount tracking websites to help you know what you have, what you don't have. And I was surprised by how much of Legion I already unlocked. So I have like 3 million worth of bronze of items already unlocked before the event started. Including class mounts, I have to level 12 classes. You don't have to level them. You could just buy them with bronze if you really wanted to. You don't have to level them. I can heal while it counts 60%. Yeah, that healing is just absolutely impossible. Unfortunately. We do need Unomas. Who left? We need +1 on honor too. Yeah, he's asking to see who left. Who all left? Can I get a +1 or are we done for the night? Might be one of those last match of the night things. Got no level. I've got no level 80s on the account. Oh yeah, on that account, you're right. So are you just gonna start using that account instead of the other one? Because I guess you have all your stuff on that one. Okay. Yeah, if that's the case, yeah, you might as well level. Oh, you might as well do this. Grind as much like EXP buff as you can on your main for remix. And then when you hit like 150% or something, do some tests for me to see what's the fastest leveling. Because I'll be doing like, hey, how do we level quick in Legion Remix to get characters up and running? So if you wanted to be the guy to do the actual experimenting, since you're a little ahead in your XP, because I've got like almost 100% more XP, and I've only done a single zone. But if I do all the other zones, that's like what, 10 to 20 per zone, and then completion stuff. That's a lot. Pally OP in Remix, it is very OP. Red Pally in particular is very strong. I've seen a lot of tanks scale super well in Remix, and then a lot of Retribution Paladins doing top damage, and then literally every other class. Some classes are up because they have a really good gear, but generally if like everybody's same gear, tanks do a lot of damage. Paladin, Red Pally in particular, everybody else. It's crazy. Enhance my first character in Remix and just to infinite knowledge, but my second character is 9 at the beginning. Wait, so your character only has 2 right now, while the other has 9? So the first character you made, I guess you unlocked achievements, and those achievements should be war bound. Like infinite knowledge should be a currency that everybody has, like globally. I don't think it shows up for me here, does it? Warband transferable? I don't think it's transferable. It will be like a Legion Remix thing, but I don't see it right here. Trying to get 650 plus gear. Crazy. 114. So did you do all the other zones too? Or do you still have other zones to get? Because 114% XP. That is a lot. That is quite a bit. I'm pretty close to that. I think I'm like 90, if not 100 already. And I've only done one zone. So I'm wondering how high it's going to be when I do all the other zones. Because that should like boost me up to close to 150. But yeah, if you guys are thinking of making a Paladin for Remix, they're fun. Cool mogs, pretty easy to level, shields are great, survivability is awesome. Mobility sometimes kind of sucks, but like in PvE, horse is usually more than enough. Like you can go rogue, you can go demon hunter, you can go monk for more mobility, but like it has enough mobility. It's not quite Death Knight. It's not great, but it's just not quite Death Knight. It's better than a priest too, so like it's not immobile. For PvE it works. For PvP I think it would be awful. But for PvE it works. But yeah, big damage. It's really good. Very consistent. I had a really good time with it and I barely died. Only times that I died was like when I get the big obelisk demon and that guy kicks my ass when he gets like really bad. Like that one time on stream, right? He gave me an ability where I couldn't heal, then kicks me up in the air where I take a lot of damage and I take fall damage. And it's like, I can't do much, dude. I can't do anything there. Was tempted to make a tank for PvE and just wasn't sure what to go for. Bear Druid is very strong. Vandal's Demon Hunter is very strong. Warrior is pretty good. Those are really strong right now on Remix. They scale super well. So if you want like a tank and just want to do damage, those are really good right now. Kind of fused, man. Is level 80 with almost 600 item level and just do infinite knowledge, but my Fury just cleared it with level 10 and has 9 knowledge. Isn't it weird? Should main has the same amount? It should. I'm wondering if it's bugged. Because like it should be a warbound account-wide currency. Or like all your alts, I'm pretty sure supposed to have same amount of knowledge. I would relog. I would just double check. Like, is your main earning the same amount of infinite power for like scrapping a piece of gear? Like that's the way you could test, right? So let's say you scrap like a helm and gives you like 60 on one character and it gives you 60 on the other. That means like it's giving you the same, you just bugged. Or if let's say one gets 60 and the other gets less, then it's not actually giving it to you. That would be weird. Yeah, that would be weird. Blood DK. Oh, I heard Blood DK is also pretty good too. Yeah, Blood Death Knight's also pretty cool. Yeah, I've seen quite a few of them. Yeah. Can I... Because I went through my BNet before and I basically asked everybody that I could for duels, but I think we might be done, boys. I think we might be done for the night. I was gonna say, is Atho on? Go Trisha. Is it Dronai? Is it Dronai? Okay, go Trisha. Patricia, but a goat. So when I go on Remix, I was struggling with almost 2 hours because it didn't let me finish the first quest and had all to 4. Yeah, some people ran into like some issues finishing the very first intro quest for a bit. I got through it pretty quickly, but I heard some people struggled because it just was not letting him turn in quests in Dalaran. And because it's set in Dalaran, it wasn't letting people do stuff. I'm not sure exactly what was causing the issue. I just heard there was some like annoying things going on. But yeah, it's hopefully they'll get it fixed. And yeah, if you're behind, don't worry, there'll be catch-ups, all those things. You'll be able to catch up to everybody else, and there'll be a lot of people that are like, let's say you just want to do raids, you want to get like achievements and stuff. There'll be people that will help you just like carry you through content too, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just enjoy it at your own pace and have fun with it. That's the most important part. Lots of buggy quests in EU. Yeah, I heard there's a lot of bugginess going on. I unfortunately have, I guess I should say fortunately, but you'll see what I mean when I say unfortunately, but I have not encountered buggy quests at all. Everything for me worked properly. I haven't had any weird like phasing or anything like that so far. The reason I say unfortunately is if I ran into a bug and I found like a solution, I could at least tell you guys how I fixed it. You know, something you could try, but I haven't ran into issues, so I haven't had to find and look for any fixes, so I'm kind of useless on that front. Go in for Nighthawk? Yeah. No Il'gynoth? Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited. This is gonna be so good. Each time I try to finish the quest, I lagged. I want to try to log again. It said name character was taken. Oh yeah, that is awful. Yeah, that's awful. Very, very awful. You want one? Yeah. Yes, we need +1. And we are good to go. At least I think we are. I can see if SP wants to join in. Unless Curdy got a +1. If Curdy got a +1, I'll be cool with it. Debug myself. Had to relog with both of them twice and back to a main scrap one item and get back to Fury and the same old characters. Good. Good. So it looks like it was just a visual bug more than anything. Awesome. Awesome. Good to know. Good, 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 good. Okay. Yeah, we'll give it like a minute. If I don't get a +1, we'll call it there, chat. Streamer privilege again? Yeah, seriously. Seriously. Kagarot? Okay. I'm cool with it. Invite him. Will do. There he is. We're doing it, boys. One more. Sabo. Sabo. Pala wants you to go first so he can duel you. I'm gonna throw him into La Grande, right? Okay, wait. What map you want, Sabo? Sabo probably wants to 1v1 you again. He wants to duel, yeah. I'm asking him what map he wants. Go? He just says go. Open area. Yeah. I was gonna do La Grande. It's as it can be. No pillar. I was gonna go La Grande. That's big enough, right? That's big enough, right? Alrighty, I think we're good, right? Check him with Kagarot to see if he's ready. And then we'll send it one more La Grande. And I want Sabo to go first. I think Sabo's ready. Hopefully he's prepped against Apala. Last time it worked really well against Apala. I guess, would it be another map that's not Pillar Humpy? Or Sabo logged, I'm not sure. Either Sabo logged or what's happening. I'll just give it a second. I'll give him a second. Goodbye, 1 sec. Okay, he needs a second. We have rivalries? I mean, yeah. For sure. Already. Okay, Sabo needs a second. Give him a moment. Red Pala's a ban, right? About that. About that, XD. Since I've been here for a short time, I was curious what got you into streaming and how it all started. Well, it all started with me doing YouTube videos. And I was just kind of, I mean, when you're growing up and like watching WoW videos and you get into like WoW stuff, you know, you got Swifty, you got Bajira, Census, Cobra. Okay, we have a Cobra over our own. Cobrak. We have a Cobra over our own though. Very, very similar name. Also a Warlock, also undead, all that stuff. But yeah, but like you just watch people make YouTube videos and you're like, wow, it'd be cool to do that one day. And then you just start doing it as a hobby. You're just doing it for funsies. Make a bunch of crap videos that nobody watched. Make some shit posts and stuff. And then you just start doing it a little more regular because you decide, all right, I'm just going to do it for funsies. My free time, I'm just going to do a video on things that I haven't seen because there wasn't a lot of like combat rogue content for PvP in MoP. I was like, I was looking for a main, and I was vibing with my rogue again after I really fell out of love with Druid and MoP, almost quit the game. I was like, wait, I used to play rogue. I'll give rogue another try. And it was a better feral. Rogue felt like a better version of feral. I was like, I love this. And I really fell in love with combat rogue specifically. So I was like, I'm gonna make videos on combat rogues. And there's not a lot of PvP videos for combat rogues. So I was like, I'm gonna play combat rogue for PvP. It's really fun. I'm having a blast with it. 8-second stun, killing spree, red buff, shadow blades. Seems like they're gonna be really good together. You know what I mean? And then from there, they'll be making videos. Some have worked out well, others haven't, and some have propelled my channel. And here we are, continuing on. Which I grew up on WoW machinimas. Machinimas is what me and my twin used to do before that. Before that, we would just make Halo machinima. Going one of the Halo books and doing almost essentially the entire thing. There's a whole story on that. Gonna be with Shabashi first? Wait, I thought it was gonna be Bayek first, but apparently they're sending Shabashi instead. Either way, it is a paladin. Shabashi does get himself a Wake of Ashes. He's playing the Dawnlight build. Sabo with a big Bulwark Totem is going to do everything he can in order to lock down Shabashi in place in order to get some pretty good damage going. Try to see if he can go for as much healing as possible, walling the damage off. Bulwark does start to fade. Got himself a big ascend. Does he have the damage, however? Big burst on Shabashi. Oh my god! Wait, they cannot be sending one pally into the next. They cannot be doing one pally into the next pally. Is this it? Is this really it? They sent Shabashi to soften up Sabo, but they didn't expect for him just to go full manga mode? And now it's Bayek? No, it was supposed to be Bayek versus Sabo as a proper 1v1. I'm not sure how Sabo is going to fare from one pally to the next, but he's trying to see if he can get away from Bayek. Dawnlight is hurting, but it's not as bad as it used to be. Definitely noticeably less damage. It is still quite a decent bit. Stunned by Bayek. This is going to be Sabo breaking out of it with a trinket though. Got himself lightning bolts. As long as he got lightning bolts and Maelstrom, he can heal. Got himself big primordial, but not a lot of follow-up right afterward. Bayek just trying to see if he backed away, but a lightning strikes. Lightning strikes twice. Oh, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Never strikes twice. Definitely not. Sabo just put him in the frog form. Trinkets out of it right after. Full Wake of Ashes. Does not have a stun, I don't think. And Sabo's gonna have to play this very defensively. He doesn't have a send. Dropping down a stun totem. Root totem around the corner. Stun totem does connect. Trades with a stun. Sabo tried to see if he can get himself a bit of healing. Bayek still rooted. And Sabo looking to get himself a little bit of recovery. Does get himself some big Earthshocker looking thing. Got himself the Ghostless for additional Maelstrom. So maybe he can bring back some victory, some health, some semblance of survivability here. As long as he's got himself procs, he might be okay. Bayek backing up out of there. Sabo going for healing surges back behind the pillar and actually got himself a decent bit of recovery, but he can't really rush at Bayek, not yet. He doesn't have a trinket. He got a rotor around the corner. Maybe a stun totem. Big Tempest. Knocked back onto Bayek. Standing and flying. He's trying to see if he can keep the pressure rolling from a distance, but Sabo does have recovery. As long as he's got Maelstrom to spend, he got recovery. Bayek still got lay on hands, bubble, bop, everything. So Sabo's gonna have to be very, very surgical with what he uses. Big Tempest from a distance and does give him a little bit of recovery there. Bayek being very careful. Every time he gets hit by lightning bolts and Tempest, he's not rushing at it. Stun totem around the corner. It is going to reposition. Try to see if he can take it out. Does get hit with a stun. Massive hit onto Bayek. I don't even know what hit him. He may just have to go for lay on hands. He does go for lay on hands. Knocked back by Sabo. May have to go for underground or potentially walling this damage off. He might just have to go for big damage himself. If he can get Bayek out in the open, big Bloodlust, Doomans, big Ascent, does Bayek just bubble this? It is a lot of damage. It is a lot of damage. If Sabo can somehow reconnect, that'd be great. I don't know if he'll be able to. Big hits. Bayek, no! Before the bubble comes out. Oh, Sabo. Sabo. The champion. The Paladin Slayer. Oh, look at him in his full glory. Bow down to your shaman overlords. When is the last time you've seen a shaman take on not one, but two paladins, two red paladins? And Bayek is no slouch. Bayek has been in these duels. He can tussle toe-to-toe with Saya. Oh, Sabo is DC though. Wait. Oh, no. I don't know what you can do about it. Bird noticed it. He backs up out. Hold on. Bird, to give him credit, he noticed what happened. He didn't press the offensive. He backed away until Sabo can actually reconnect back to the game. He did let him reconnect to the game. He did let it happen. Sigil feel for a second. Sabo, I think, dropped the root totem, but I don't think it's connecting. It's going to be Sabo getting the Tempest onto Bird, though. Big Metamorphosis right after. Got him some Doom wins together with Bloodlust. Bird taking a bit of damage, but he's got damage of his own. Metamorphosis is active. The most amount of pressure he can put out. Darkness down for a second. Saba trying to see if he can walk out of it. Also getting DC'd again. Bird trying to see if he can back up for a second. He doesn't press offensive whenever he's DC'd. He looks like he's a bit more cautious of it. But he does need to fight it. He does need to live. He does need to slay Saba and do some damage. And it looks like he might be able to do it. Bird does pick up a kill. I don't know how much of that duel Saba was DC'd for, but that was incredible. That was incredible. That was awesome. Young Jay is going to be up next though. Saba did what no man could. Actually, what most classes cannot do. Double Paladin? Imagine being double cheeked up with Paladin on either end. It is rough. Bird is going to have to use a lot here in order to fight Young, who actually blinks past him, actually right into him more or less. Does land a kick on him. I think on a Frost too. So Young can't really do much here. It's going to go for Bitter Invis into a prison, into a full lances. Those lances are hurting. Young J, 3 lances, I think. That's a lot of lances. And he does get himself a reposition. Try to go for a poly. No kick out for Bird, unfortunately. I think it was on cooldown by this point, but I can't really... Oh, wait, I can't track it. Maybe he did have it? Ray of Frost right now. Oh, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? 90% of the duels are gentlemanly. Yes, they are. They are. Cosmic Hearthstone. You're just like, you know what? I'm out of here. This reality is not mine. I'd rather disseminate my atoms and just go somewhere else. let the void take me. Young Jay. What the hell? Who flagged Bayek? Was it Young? Was it Saba? I mean, if it was Saba, I let it be but also like you did earn it. You know what I mean? It is a paladin. It's not an easy class. Aura farming. Yeah, Hearthstone is a good one. I still need it. I still need to get it. I need to do more normal runs of Dimensius. Unlike healers and other alts, man. I still need that Hearthstone. That thing is best in slot for me. Although I'm sure we'll get it as we get our farm for Dimensius eventually. Once we get through Salabar. And then finally start doing Dimensius. Other maybe they'll nerf bosses. Who knows, honestly? Who knows? I don't even know if they really need to nerf him. I think our guild just kind of sucks at the mechanics, to be honest, but who knows? It's going to be Poly out onto Leo. Frostbone for Young Jay. Just trying to see if he can get the hell out of from Leo. Does not connect with the Meteor there, unfortunately. It is rough. Tried 20 times, it's still unlucky. Yeah, it is crazy. Crazy luck. Crazy luck. This is why you gotta run in a guild and where everybody has the Hearthstone by that point, right? Continue to come into like guild bronze where you kill Dimensius. But yeah, if you although problem is a lot of pugs, especially on like, don't really do Dimensius heroic. A lot of people do maybe Dimensius normal, but heroic people stop at Fractalus and then kind of just, you know, get all the other bosses done. Because they give a lot of loot, but Dimensius and Salabar are a little hard. Block out for Young Jay. Leo tried to see if he can get some pressure on him, but it's gonna end up backing up out of there. Young still, actually no, it's the second block, I think. Actually it is, yeah. Leo got him some big scythe, but that Invis is giving Young a lot of DR. That scythe, however, still crits and does a ton of damage, even past like 65% damage reduction, or 60% from Invis. Greater Invis. Poly out. Young Jay will need to use everything he can, dropping a meteor on Leo's head, but apparently it's just not enough. Is gonna go for Ray of Frost. Doesn't get the shatter. I think he did get a shatter, but it wasn't getting crits. That or did not get the shatter. Hard to tell. Any of you boys in remix? World boss today? Oh yeah, I need to do the world boss still too, dude. Last time I did a world boss, people were doing it for like 10 minutes. Literally a 10-minute encounter. It does have so much health. Breath into a reap. Oh my god. That was a lot of damage. Lot of damage. Nesmeshka is up next, all for the team 1. His class is really good against Death Knights. It looks like, however, he's given Leo an honorable match. He's letting him... Wait, you guys have a mage in your team? Yeah, Sierra. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, they do have mage food. So he's giving him a chance to get him proper honor duel. Proper honorable match. Actually, hold on. While I have you guys here, if I can get the screenshot to show you guys exactly what we're looking at. Actually, yeah, I'll show you guys I'll show you guys something after the duel. How did that sound? Ciara, don't go anywhere after the duel. Just AFK for a second, yeah? Leo got him so big a blitz, chasing after Curdy. Curdy with a bit of that fade away, have to go for a disperse here. Void Torrent with VE does get himself a rift as well as VE, whatever damage he's got versus Leo. Big rift is upon him, but unless you can stack up the rift with more DPs and blasts, it's just not going to do that much. The tentacles, however, are doing decent enough damage to proc a cheap death out of Leo. And Curdy looking for as much recovery as possible. 47% dampening. There isn't much he can do sitting down for mage food. And Leo, is he also sitting down for mage food? He might just have to. Curdy, I think, has to get mage food and rush in to stop Leo from eating. Curdy definitely does not have any defenses to work with here. Fade, maybe landing a fear. Silence on Leo, that's all he could really do. AMS for Leo, however, is going to keep him in a good spot. Curdy mounts up, so does Leo, trying to see if he can get himself a better position. Yoinking Curdy in. Curdy lands a stun. IBF out of Leo. I don't know if you can pre-silence him. Silence out for Curdy, unfortunately. I think might be lights, though. CyberPowerPC can't do anything right now against Brass Mage Death Knight. Silence, and it's just AMS. Because it's like, even after silence, you can't hit him with a silence of your own. Can't hit him with a stun. It looks like Kakarot is asking who's going to be next. I like your weapon, by the way. It looks cool. It looks like Kakarot is up next. As a survival hunter, definitely need to make sure you got a pet. You do have a pet. It is outside in the open. Although you are still in camo. And Leo just taking the pressure onto that pet. You're going to have to definitely get that thing healed. Definitely going to have to get that thing healed. Because that thing is going to eventually die. Kakarot charging in. Is that pet going to live long enough, though? That is the question. Got to make sure you get that thing at least a little bit of healing. It is going to be Leo. Hit with a stun. Kakarot also hit with a stun. Trinkets out of it. Got himself lots of damage. Big spear flying through. It is going to go for a harpoon to Leo. Keeping him in place. Charges right at him. It's going to get gripped in. Leo with the death back. Not a lot of health available. Does get disarmed on his weapon. Once you get the sights back in. Blind onto Kakarot. Lichborn available. Not a lot of healing. Cowering behind the pillar, away from the hunter. The hunter put in a lot of pressure. I guess cowering, is it? I don't know. Some people have a problem with some words I use, like cower behind the pillar, but he's go behind the pillar. Retreating, you could use whatever word, but doesn't get it taken out. I think I think it was right moves to back up out. He saw himself super low and he thought, I don't have anything to follow this blind. I need to take it easy. Ciara though is going to be up next as a fire mage, and Kakarot is given an opportunity to go. Honor duels, man. Lots of honor duels. You guys were like, yo, this last match, let's stretch it out. How many hey Dal, how many ads could you put into this duel? Let's max that. And I'm giving a silence to make sure YouTube is like, oh, that's an ad break. Also drink some water too. Kakarot does get himself in a decent position, traps around the corner. Ciara avoids them. Ring of Frost connects, but the images, however, are going to get hit. Greater Pyro? Interesting choice. Haven't seen G-Pie in a second. Freeze into Ciara as Kakarot trying to see if he can back up out of there. The fact is here, actually, both of these classes, the Fire Mage and Survival Hunter, both do a significant amount of fire damage. The Survival Hunter get them grenades and about to do even more fire damage in Midnight too. Ciara does blink over towards Kakarot, has ultra time in case it's really needed, does get himself an ultra time, try to see if he can go for a fireball around the corner. It's going to be Phoenix down out in the open, may have to go for a block here. Turtle shall out for Kakarot to get himself immunity, block out for Ciara, and Kakarot backing himself out because he knows that Phoenix is going to do a lot of damage. Is going to feign death in order to mount up and back away out of there so fast. I like that movement. It is going to go for Mage for this, so is Ciara. As they're both going to go for a complete, full reset. For Kakarot, he doesn't have a turtle, he does have Exile and a trinket, so he can at least break out a CC. He also got a cloud following him that... Is that snow or is that rain? I think that's snow. He's trying to keep himself cool in the face of a literal fire mage. Ciara, normal block, ultra time available, Cauterized still up, so technically, potentially, I think for Ciara, their play might be in this duel to just, if Cauterized procs, continue the pressure, continue doing damage, and maximize all that as best as you can. Does get Kakarot in the open together with the pet. Not a bad idea to also fireball off of the pet if you can get it out in the open. And just continue to get Pyroblast into Kakarot though, so, and every single one of them does a decent bit of damage. May take a few of them, but they all do good damage. Ultra is available, is going to get himself yet more Pyros back to back from around the corner. Every single one of them you send in is going to get him closer and closer to end. Is going to get himself out of there with the freezing trapper after. Thanks for the games, go to rest. Sabo, take it easy, my man. I hope you feel better next week, guy. Hope you feel better over the weekend, yeah? Thank you so much for joining the duels. Super fun watching you play. Actually nutty. Actually insane. Always enjoy. Kakarot does have all the traps ready to go. Ciara does blink out. Is going to get locked out on Frost. Try to see massive damage out for Kakarot. Is going to be the Cauterize. Or, oh, that is a Cauterize actually. But you couldn't do much. Kakarot did a lot of damage at the end there. Oh, by the way, no, Ciara. I was going to show you guys the new mage that we've set they're adding to Midnight. And I was going to Ciara as a model to show you the differences, but I can't do it now. Super fun to watch. Yeah, definitely fun to watch. Absolutely enjoyable. That was a hell of a duel. And we'll do more next week. Tomorrow, technically, we normally would be doing duels on NA, but I don't think I'll do duels on NA tomorrow. With Legion Remix, everybody and the mother is playing Remix, so I think we'll just do that tomorrow. Right, chat? We got a lot of duels for EU. Next week, we'll go back to doing duels on NA and EU, all that regular stuff, yeah? Next week, we'll do all of them. GG, Mr. Shaman. That's my boy Sabo in the chat. He's an absolute beast. Absolute monster. Thanks for the stream. Yo, if somebody knows Sabo, let him know that to type in Discord sometime so I can give him champ role. I think him fighting Pally after Pally and still living to tell about it is impressive enough to give him champ role. At the bare minimum. Thanks for the stream, Dal. Have a good rest of you. You guys have a good one. Thanks so much for watching. I'm gonna get food, chill on the couch for a bit, and then play a living hell amount of Legion Remix. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful. Beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Be back tomorrow for another stream. And I'll see you guys later. Alrighty, boys? Alrighty. Peace.
You are my lucky charm. I hold you close in the night in my arms. And when we open our eyes, my voice fades.